What's up guys, this is your favorite fanfic YouTuber, the Fanfic Majesty, and welcome to another amazing video. You can follow me on Patreon for exclusive stories.
8TF. Chapter 176 Looking for Pure Gold 2. Interesting for you. The 7 most famous plus-size models in the world. More. 243, 61, 81. Found it. Amber shouted. What? Is it the strange fish you mentioned? Perona asked in surprise. That's right, it's the strange lantern fish with pure gold in its body that I mentioned. Then let's go after him quickly. Everyone was surprised. Don't be anxious yet, you still have to be careful. That lantern fish is very huge. If we are not careful, our boat and people may be hit to pieces by it. How big is it? You can swallow an island in one bite. Nani. Well, Captain Stupid, how about we think about it again? That kind of monster is so terrifying that it will die. Perona said tremblingly. Yes, how about we think about it again? Chopper said submissively while holding his little head. No matter how strong you two become, you are still so timid. Amber laughed. Idiot Captain, what are you talking about? How can I be cowardly? I am thinking about everyone. Perona said intermittently, obviously not even herself believed it. Me too, I'm not timid. Chopper is so cute like this. Robin picked up Chopper. Stupid, I'm not a child. Ha 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 ha. Everyone burst out laughing at Chopper. Buzz. Suddenly the boat shook violently. Is that fish getting closer? Don't worry, there's still quite a distance between us. Just the churning of the water made our ship. Don't worry, as long as it is in the water, it will never be my opponent. Don't forget, water is conductive. Everyone, get ready, we will take the initiative to get closer later. We have to go into its body to find pure gold. ... The Thor slowly approached the lantern fish. It's really so big. Everyone marveled. Bigger than the goldfish Amber killed once. The Thor was like a little fly in front of the lantern fish and was not noticed at all. After waiting for a while, the lanternfish opened its mouth to a group of marine animals. Its sharp and huge teeth were exposed to everyone, obviously preparing to eat. Among them are sea kings who are the size of offshore kings. Get ready, we're going in. Idiot Captain, you are crazy. No, please help. Amid Perona's screams, the Thor entered the interior of the lanternfish. The lanternfish slowly closed its mouth, and the surrounding area instantly turned into darkness. What should I do? I can't see anything, let alone find any gold. It's all the fault of the stupid captain. I had expected this situation for a long time. Before I came, I asked Frankie to install a new function on the Thor. Amber pressed a red button. The front end of the Thor suddenly lit up. Look, isn't this much better? Amber smiled. Then the Thor began searching inside the lanternfish's body. Everyone, be careful not to touch those raised parts. Nami directed. The Thor explored hard along the way, and finally slowly and smoothly entered the stomach pouch along the esophagus of the lanternfish. The environment instantly became brighter. What's going on? The inside of this fish actually glows. Nami asked in surprise. Everyone, look what that is. Yamato shouted. Everyone looked in the direction Yamato pointed and saw that it was actually an island. This monster really ate an island. Perona said in shock. Down below is the gastric juice of this fish. It will be dangerous if it falls. Chopper lay on the deck and looked below. Our target, pure gold, should be on that island. Amber said calmly. Amber, you keep talking about pure gold, but what exactly is pure gold? No one knows. Nami asked in confusion. Amber didn't know how to answer. This touched upon Amber's knowledge blind spot. He only knew that this was a substance that could delay cell aging and achieve immortality. This was what he had seen on TV. More than 190 years ago, a man named Myskina Ossier studied metal smelting technology in alchemy. One day, he finally refined pure gold. Pure gold is a legendary metal that can sparkle in the dark. It is said to extend life, so it is priceless. Robin, who was still very knowledgeable, introduced it to everyone. Priceless. Nami's eyes suddenly glowed with berry color. Yes, it can also keep people young forever. Amber smiled. But why are we looking here? Perona asked strangely. Hey, didn't I tell you? No, everyone shook their heads. This lanternfish will be attracted by the light emitted by pure gold. When the refined pure gold emits light, this strange fish will appear. Alchemy more than 190 years ago was swallowed by it together with the pure gold. Quote. I see, so that island over there is alchemy. It should be so, but I don't know if this strange fish eats other islands. As everyone chatted, the Thor unknowingly approached the island. Everyone couldn't wait to land on the island. There was no one else here, so naturally there was no need for anyone to guard the boat. ... A blonde girl who was picking fruits in the forest raised her head if she realized that a steel battleship was parked on the shore. Startled, she hurriedly found a tree to hide and carefully observed these uninvited guests. Master Lantern actually swallowed a ship, as if the people inside were still alive. Since they have a ship, I will make good use of them. When I find the pure gold, I can escape from Lord Lantern's stomach and then get rid of them. He. The girl was talking to herself there again, but she didn't know that most of the people on this ship knew about observation Haki and had discovered her long ago. The plan is good, but we have already heard it. Perona suddenly said. Ah, the girl was frightened and screamed. It's time for you, the girl said in surprise. Just when you were talking to yourself. You can't be like this, little sister. Perona put her hand on the girl's head and rubbed it. Haha, Perona, she is not a child. Her real age is more than enough to be your great-grandmother. She is over 200 years old this year. What, 200 years old? Hey, I'm only 197 years old this year, not even 200 years old. Why are you so casually spreading rumors about my age? The girl said dissatisfied. 197. Bigger than Dr. Dory. Hey, Tanuki, how old is Dory, the doctor you said? What a Tanuki. I'm a reindeer, look at me with horns. Chopper shouted angrily. Okay, Tanuki, no problem, Tanuki. Chapter 177 Looking for Pure Gold 3. Hello, my name is Amber, these are my friends, we are pirates, what is your name? My name is Oroja, the girl replied. Everyone soon started chatting with Oroja. I learned that she was originally a happy family of 3, but one day her B************ D father was researching some pure gold. After the pure gold was discovered, a group of pirates broke into alchemy and killed her mother. At the critical moment, Oroja took off the ring in his hand. The pure gold light on the ring attracted the lantern fish, and finally Oroja and the entire island were swallowed. What about your father? Nami asked doubtfully. That D dad might have died when he was swallowed. He deserved it. It was all because he was going to develop pure gold, that mom died. In other words, you have been alone for nearly 200 years. Everyone was shocked. 200 years of loneliness, what a terrible thing, this little girl actually endured it. Everyone looked at Oroja with pity and admiration in their eyes. No, your father is not dead yet, and my heart network can still feel the breath of life of another person. Amber said lightly. What, is that B******** D dad not dead yet? Oroja's face instantly dropped. Let's not worry about him. Isn't your goal pure gold? I'll take you to find it. I'm the most familiar with this area. Perhaps there is a misunderstanding between you. Why don't you meet? Maybe you can resolve the misunderstanding. Otherwise, why would he put precious pure gold into the ring and let you carry it with you? Canis persuaded. She believes that except for scum, there is no parent in the world who does not love their children. I don't want to see him. I don't want to see him. Oroja acted like a child and sat on the ground. Although his actual age is close to 200 years old, his body has not grown, and his mind has not grown much because he has always been the same person. You have indeed misunderstood your father. Do you still remember that you used to often lie in the hospital bed? In fact, you are suffering from a terminal disease that was absolutely incurable 200 years ago. In order to save you, your parents wanted to, after trying every method, there was nothing they could do. Finally, they thought of making pure gold that could slow down cell aging, hoping to help you extend your life until medical technology can treat this terminal disease. Originally, they planned to accompany you, but it's a pity. An accident happened in the end, and you know what happened next. Amber hates people who play riddles the most. They just have to explain things clearly but have to hide them. In the end, they cause a lot of trouble and then end it forcefully. Huh, why does it look so much like our domestic drama? Are you telling the truth? Oroja opened his mouth wide and said in shock. The wonderful expression changes on his face can even compete for an Oscar. If you don't believe it, just check your body and you'll know. Chopper, I'll leave it to you. I understand. Chopper walked over with a serious look. He has always been serious about medical matters. Hey, the Tanuki is actually a doctor. You be D. I told you I was a reindeer, look I have horns. Chopper broke through the defense instantly and pointed at his horn and yelled. Okay, Tanuki, no problem, Tanuki, ha ha ha, everyone was amused by their antics. While Chopper was checking Oroja, Amber went to another location where she sensed human aura. Finally found him, Oroja's father, in a pile of dinosaurs. I didn't expect that there were other living people in Lord Lantern's stomach. If you want to see your daughter, come with me. What did you do to Oroja? The man was instantly shocked. You are overthinking. You just asked our ship's doctor to treat her. It has been nearly 200 years since your time. Incurable diseases that were previously incurable can now be treated. What? Oroja was saved. This is really great. Please take me to see her. Let's go. He picked up the man's collar and flew up. Oroja. The man saw his precious daughter and hugged her. Is he the Myskina Arseer who made pure gold? Yes, it's him. Oroja, why are you crying? Who bullied you? It's you, stupid dad, why didn't you say it? Oroja cried and beat Arseer's chest with his small fist. You know everything. Pure gold is obviously for others. I'm such a big fool. I'm sorry, Dad. Oroja threw herself into Arseer's arms and cried loudly, Dad, I have hated you for nearly 200 years, I'm sorry. Oroja, as long as you are okay. Arseer gently rubbed Oroja's hair and said warmly. Everyone also left silently, leaving the father and daughter alone space. Thank you all so much. Thanks to you, our father and daughter can get back together. Arseer bowed to everyone. It's nothing. Chopper, can Oroja's disease be cured? Amber asked Chopper. Although it's a bit troublesome, it can be cured. Chopper said confidently. Thank you, Tanuki, idiot, I'm a reindeer. Chopper broke through the defense again. We will stay here for a few days, let Chopper treat Oroja during this time. Thank you so much. I really don't know how to thank you for your kindness. I heard Oroja said that your goal is pure gold. That's right, Amber nodded. To be honest, holding pure gold is not a good thing. Not only will it lead to the pursuit of pirates, the most important thing is that Lord Lantern especially likes pure gold. When pure gold appears, Lord Lantern will after appearing, eat the person holding the pure gold in one bite. Everyone looked relaxed after hearing this. Let me tell you, my master once killed a goldfish island eating monster that was about the same size as this monster. Baby 5 said proudly. There is nothing to be afraid of. As for pirates, do you know who we are? We are the 4 Emperors pirate group who stand at the top of all pirates. Well, since you are so determined, let me tell you the location. All the pure gold eaten by Lord Lantern is concentrated in the lantern. As long as you break the lantern, you can get the pure gold you want. Chapter 178 finally got pure gold. Interesting for you. Selena Gomez posts powerful bikini then and now. More. 438, 110, 146. In order to prevent my companion from attracting this strange lantern fish when he brings the pure gold, I decided to kill him completely when I go out, so you may need to consider moving. What, are you going to kill Lord Lantern? Oroja said in shock. Is this really possible? Osier said in disbelief. Your horizons are really too low. You have never seen a real strong person. When the idiot captain fights with those strong people, the aftermath of the battle can destroy an island. Perona said proudly with her hands on her hips. It's not you, what are you proud of? Everyone complained. But Lord Lantern, Osier hesitated. Are you trying to plead for this strange fish? Amber asked doubtfully. After all, it was Master Lantern who saved us back then, and we lived in its stomach for nearly 200 years. If we were outside, we might have been killed by pirates long ago. So you cannot. No, for the safety of my companions, I must kill it. Don't forget, it is just an animal with only instinct after all. It was not trying to save you, but was attracted by the light of the pure gold in Oroja's hand. In essence, it wants to kill you. It will swallow you and the island you live in whole. I don't know if there are other people on that island. If there are other people, then this strange fish is equivalent to killing the entire island. I will kill the people on the island, both publicly and privately. As for being afraid of being chased by pirates after you come out, then come to the country I control. No pirates will dare to hurt you there. Amber said calmly. All aspects have been carefully arranged. The lantern fish Amber will be killed today, even if Lord I Am comes, it won't work. Aren't you pirates? I have never heard that pirates can rule a country. Doesn't Marine care? Marine has been defeated by me more than once. In this case, this is the only way to do it. Osier sighed. After getting along with him for nearly 200 years, he was a little reluctant to let go of Lord Lantern in the end. Next, under the guidance of Osier, everyone set out to find pure gold. It was easy to get through some boring mechanisms designed by Osier. I designed these carefully, but I didn't expect them to look like children's toys. Osier said in frustration. Dad, don't be sad, these people are a group of terrifyingly powerful monsters. Oroja comforted. Yes, that's it. There is absolutely no problem with the mechanism I designed. The problem is with these people. With the comfort of his precious daughter, Osier instantly got rid of his depression. It didn't take long. Everyone successfully arrived at the underground research room where Osier stored pure gold. Mr. Osier, is this the place where you developed pure gold? Yes, I really miss it. I still remember that lost youth, that year I was with Oroja's mother under the sunset. Asi reminisced. It's a pity that no one wants to listen at all. You are over 200 years old, how can you still be young? Perona complained. Hearing such complaints, Osier became frustrated again and was obviously shocked. Everyone walked into the underground research room. The blackboard was filled with dense formulas. There was an object emitting a faint light on the experimental table, which was pure gold. Finally found. The crowd cheered. Quote. Mr. Osier, will you give us all this pure gold? No problem, you can take it. You first helped me reconcile with Oroja, and then you helped Oroja treat her terminal illness. I can't repay this great kindness. The most important thing is that I can see that you are a group of good people. This way I can rest assured that my research will not be used for bad purposes. Then I'm not welcome. Amber threw the pure gold into the system space. Prepare to process it, and then give a little to each partner, of course only to the core staff. After all, there is only so much pure gold. If one day in the future Amber draws an item that can lead to immortality in the system, this pure gold can also be retired. After all, after you put it on, it will basically be fixed, and its strength will not become stronger. With such serious flaws, it is only a transitional product after all. After staying in the lanternfish's stomach for a few more days, with Chopper's unremitting efforts and superb medical skills, Oroja's illness was finally cured. Let's get ready to go out. Amber called everyone. We've been here for so long, I really don't want to leave. Why don't you stay here and we can take Oroja out? Please forget what I said just now, I was just dreaming, please take me away. Ha ha ha. The cheerful laughter filled the whole space. Amber, how should we get out? Nami asked in confusion. Looking at the curious looks of everyone, Amber suddenly grinned. Well, it's a bit difficult. It seems that we can only wait for this fish to defecate, and then. Ah, stupid captain, stop talking, it's so disgusting. I would rather stay here forever than go out like this. Before Amber finished speaking, Perona interrupted Amber with a shout. Amber, you're not really going to? Nami asked while trying to suppress her nausea. I absolutely cannot accept this way, Robin said with an ugly face. The other crew members also looked disgusted. Hey, are you being kicked out like you were defending a thesis? That seems like fun, Yamato said excitedly. Yamato and Luffy are actually the same kind of people. To put it nicely, they are simple-minded, and to put it bluntly, they are a big fool. Ha ha ha, I was lying to you. Amber laughed. Amber. Everyone's faces darkened instantly and surrounded Amber. Amber was so scared that she quickly turned into an element to avoid it. No, no, no. I know how to get out. How to get out? Tell us and we'll spare you. Nami asked with her hands on her hips. Of course, what I like to do most, frontal breakthrough. Quote question mark quote. Everyone greeted with a smile. Just hold on tight, and leave the rest to me. Amber, you're not going to directly penetrate the body of the lanternfish. This is really too much of a mess. We are still inside its body. What if? 100 million volt thunder dragon. Before Nami finished speaking, Amber released a thunder dragon several dozen meters long. Momo, 10 times the increase. The thunder dragon instantly became hundreds of meters in size. Ang. The thunder dragon roared and flew towards the stomach barrier of the lanternfish. Bang. A huge explosion occurred instantly. Chapter 179 The God Kills the Demonic Fish. Boom. Accompanied by a huge explosion, a hole nearly 1,000 meters long was instantly blown out of the lanternfish's belly. A large amount of seawater rushed in instantly. Amber, you idiot, we are all going to be killed by you. Nami yelled. Nami, bubble coral, squeeze out the bubbles quickly. Amber reminded. Oh, Nami quickly took out the bubble coral and squeezed out a giant bubble, covering the Thor. The seawater rushed towards the Thor, as if it had hit a bouncy ball, and slapped the bubble far away. Quote. Huh, finally survived. Everyone breathed a sigh of relief and said thankfully. Amber, you are too messy, just like a certain idiot wearing a straw hat, are you possessed? Nami shouted. What possession? Hey, why would I say such strange words, the idiot wearing a straw hat, is it that straw hat boy Luffy? But I don't know him at all. Strange, Nami asked in confusion. Luffy, who was training with Rayleigh, sneezed loudly. Luffy. Rayleigh, it's time for dinner. Forget it, never mind, let's go out. Nami commanded. In fact, Amber was the only one in charge, because the captain was in charge of driving the boat. Yes, Amber said helplessly. A bolt of lightning was released, and the Thor instantly recharged its energy, shot towards the hole, and returned to the sea through the hole. Hey, this lanternfish was so badly injured, but it didn't die. Nami asked in confusion. Because it is so big, a wound of a kilometer in size may be just like a knife cut for us, and it has not reached the fatal level. Amber frowned. Then are we going to fight it? Yamato said excitedly, the mace in his hand was ready to move, waiting for the lanternfish to come towards him. No, let's lure it to the sea surface. Although my lightning can be infinitely magnified in the water, we are in the water after all, and we may accidentally hurt the Thor. The greatly enhanced violent lightning is no longer within my control. How to lure it? Perona asked in confusion. Of course, use its favorite things. Then Amber took out pure gold from the system space, and the pure gold immediately released a dazzling golden light. The golden light shone on the eyes of the lanternfish, instantly attracting its attention, twisting its huge body and crashing towards the Thor. Stupid. Captain, run quickly, it's coming, Perona shouted. Everyone hold on tight. The surface of the Thor was scattered with faint lightning, and then a strong airflow was ejected from the tail, bursting towards the sea surface. Boom. It caused a huge wave of seawater. Puff. The Thor passed through the sea and flew back to the sky. Finally back, it's too depressing under the sea. Perona breathed a sigh of relief. As this, the outside world. I haven't seen it for 200 years. It's really too beautiful. Ozzy looked at the blue sky, white clouds, and flying seagulls in fascination. Is this the environment we will live in the future? Oroja said expectantly. No, the scenery in Wano Kuni where you will live is more than 10 times more beautiful than here. Amber smiled. The pollution problem in Wano Kuni has long been solved, and it has become a paradise again. Hey, it's too early for you to talk about this now. Our problems are not solved yet. Perona said angrily. Bang. Sure enough, as soon as Perona finished speaking, the huge body of the lanternfish broke through the sea surface. It's just a beast, what's there to worry about, next you just watch my performance. I'll do some scene work for you. Amber laughed. He flew the Thor to a high enough place and then jumped down. Humph, it's his time to perform again, I'm really unwilling. Yes, I want to fight too. I haven't fought for a year. Yamato said eagerly. Who said that idiot is our captain? During the landing process, Amber slowly appeared a row of red skeletons around her body, followed by flesh and blood, armor, and finally expanded into a 200-meter-tall ancient warrior with wings on his back and a huge sword on his waist. But the 200-meter-long Susanoo was still like a small fly in front of the huge body of the lanternfish. It's not over yet. Momo Fruit tenfold amplification. Susanoo's size grew again, and finally became a 2,000-meter-long giant. What is this thing? Can this move actually become so big? How many cards does Amber have hidden? The people on the Thor were shocked when they saw this giant. The 2,000-meter-tall giant finally attracted the attention of the lanternfish, although it was still less than 1/10 of the lanternfish's body. Amber slowly drew out the 10-fist sword from her waist and pointed at the lanternfish. You monster is just big in size, let me tell you, big doesn't mean strong. Holding the 10-fist sword high, the red light on the sword shone, and the power to destroy the world was constantly gathering on the sword. Hongwang creating the sky and splitting the earth. A huge sword energy spanning the sky and the earth was released from the sword. The length of the sword energy is more than 3 times longer than the body length of the lanternfish. It is no longer just a description to say that it spans the sky and the earth, but it has really done it. The huge sword energy flew quickly towards the lanternfish. Quote question mark question mark question mark quote. The lanternfish did not hide in the sea, but kept shaking its body, as if wondering what the little thing in front of it was doing. Shish. The huge sword energy instantly hit the lanternfish, splitting it in half from top to bottom. A large amount of blood spurted out, dyeing the entire sea red. If it was on land, this would be a real river of blood. The lanternfish had not yet reacted to what happened, and it completely lost its life. After the huge sword energy split the lanternfish in half, it continued to move forward, splitting the sea surface it passed in half. As this, still a human. There is no difference between it and the legendary gods, right? How come it has only been 200 years, and the outside world has become so terrible? Am I dreaming? Ozzy rubbed his eyes and said in disbelief. Puff. Oroja punched his father in the stomach. It hurts. Dad, since you can feel the pain, it means you are not dreaming. He. That makes sense. Chapter 180 Island on the Clouds. Selena Gomez posts powerful bikini then and now. More. 456. 114. 152. Now that we have accomplished our goal, let's go back. What? You've only been out for a few days and you're going back? Perona said dissatisfied. Yes, Amber, it's been a long time since everyone went out for adventure, why not go back later? Nami suggested. Then what do you think? Amber looked at everyone. Amber, I also think it would be better to go back later. Robin replied. This is my first time sailing, and I don't want to go back so soon. Yamato shook his head. So are we. In that case, let's go back later. Okay, everyone cheered. Then how should we go? Nami asked. As a navigator, you must have a clear goal in order to command the ship. We came out of East Blue and then arrived at the Great Channel. We haven't been to the other 3 seas yet. Let's go around the 4 seas in order of South Blue, North Blue, West Blue, and East Blue, and then go see them again. Look at our old friends. We can fly now, so we don't need to worry about marine and world government. Amber laughed. What a great idea, everyone praised. You have stayed in the stomach of the lanternfish for 200 years and are very unfamiliar with the outside world. Now I will take you to get familiar with it again. Yeah, I want to eat a lot of delicious food. Oroja cheered. In that case, I'm sorry to bother you all. Ossier bowed and said gratefully. In the next month, everyone traveled to South Blue, North Blue, and West Blue. I have seen various countries and customs. It's really incredible. There is such a big tiger. I have never seen it before. Of course, that's a species unique to West Blue. The marshmallows in South Blue's XX town are so delicious. Chopper, you need to buy more, we don't go there often. I've bought 5 big bags, enough to last me a long time. I didn't expect North Blue to be such a cold place. Is it cold? But I don't feel it. Of course you won't feel the cold with such thick fur. Take it off for me. Idiot, can you take it off? After a full circle, everyone returned to East Blue. Ha, going to sea is so interesting. I met so many interesting people and things. Yamato laughed. I also gained a lot this time. I witnessed other sea areas with my own eyes, and I am one step closer to my dream of drawing a world map. Nami said happily. I didn't expect that other sea areas also have such interesting histories. I really want to solve those historical mysteries one by one with my own hands. Robin exclaimed. The exchanges with other doctors have also made me make great progress in my medical skills. Chopper said. Quote. Everyone has their own gain. Hey, do you have so many feelings? Why do I have nothing? Perona pointed at herself and wondered. Because everyone has their own specialties, but Perona doesn't know anything. Amber complained. What? How dare you, an idiot captain like you, dare to talk about me? Don't you know nothing about yourself? You idiot captain who knows nothing but fighting, just, Perona retorted in an instant, and finally did it to Amber. Made a face. Of course I gained something. I collected important information. Amber smiled. What a liar. The Thor was flying in the sky as usual that day. Look, everyone, I found a magical place. There is an island floating in the sky. Nami shouted. To be precise, it should be an island on the clouds. Cloud, isn't that Nami's ability? Nami, it's not something you took the opportunity to create in the middle of the night, right? Perona said suspiciously. How could I do such a boring thing? Nami immediately shook his head in denial. An island floating on the clouds. Why does it sound so familiar? Could it be Golden Lion? What a coincidence. Amber frowned. Although he did have the idea of tricking Golden Lion into being a thug, he didn't want to meet this old madman now. The Flying Pirates, once a first-class pirate group as famous as the Roger Pirates and the Whitebeard Pirates, fell silent with the defeat of the Golden Lion in the Battle of Edwa more than 20 years ago. During the battle, a sudden storm caused most of the ships of the Sky Pirates to sink. Even the Golden Lion himself was accidentally pierced into the head by a ship. Later, Golden Lion broke into Marine headquarters alone because of Roger's arrest, and fought with Garp and Sengoku. The battle between the three destroyed Marineford in half before the winner was determined. Golden Lion was defeated and imprisoned in Impel Down. It was not until 2 years later that Golden Lion successfully escaped from prison by cutting off his own feet, and found his former subordinate scientist Indigo again. He discovered that there were animals on an island that had become ferocious due to eating plants containing IQ ingredients. Use your abilities to bring the entire island to the sky, concentrate on developing biotechnology, and wait until the time is right to destroy the world in one fell swoop. Originally, according to the trajectory of the original world, Golden Lion would be completely defeated by Luffy, the Straw Hat Boy. However, due to the appearance of Amber, which robbed a large number of Luffy's crew members, Luffy embarked on a completely different path from the original work, and naturally did not meet the Golden Lion. So Golden Lion is still researching biotechnology, and postponed its plan due to some force majeure reasons, until Amber led the Sky Shadow Pirates into this airspace by mistake. I feel that the time has come. My plan to destroy the world first starts from East Blue. My two mortal enemies, Roger and Garp, are both from this sea area. In the palace, Golden Lion stared at the map and muttered to himself. Report to the boss, there is a flying ship coming outside. A minion ran in and reported. What? A flying ship? Are you making fun of me? Golden Lion said angrily. Boss, that ship did fly by. What the hell, you dare to play tricks on me? Boss, if you don't believe me, go out and see for yourself. So Golden Lion walked out of the palace and saw a fast-moving steel spacecraft not far from the clouds. The moment the Golden Lion came out, it was captured by Amber's heart net. Oh, I wanted to relax, but I didn't expect to have to fight again so soon. But luckily my opponent is not very strong. Golden Lion was indeed very strong when he was young, but at this time he was seriously injured and suffered repeated blows. His energy were almost lost, and his strength was very low. After all, Haki is related to his own will. This is the reason why level 3 Luffy can defeat Golden Lion. Chapter 181 Yamatov's Golden Lion. Seeing everyone, Golden Lion narrowed his eyes slightly and was already thinking about how to kill people and silence them. His plan was absolutely not allowed to be known to anyone. Who are you? Why are you here? Golden Lion said coldly. I said we just broke in here accidentally, do you believe it? Amber said helplessly. What do you think? Since you can't be kind, what nonsense are you talking about? Let's just start fighting, Amber said coldly. Hey, why do you look so familiar? I seem to have seen you before. You are the new 4 emperors, the brat named Thor. Golden Lion said. Oh, you can still recognize me here? Amber asked in surprise. Just because I don't go out often doesn't mean I don't know anything about the outside world. I also know that you are now known as the strongest 4 emperors. Haha, it seems that you have surpassed Whitebeard. Golden Lion sneered. In his eyes, Thor is just a rookie kid who picked up the slack, and his strength is nothing. He must have defeated his predecessor, 4 emperors Kaido, by beating him up or using some special method. As for why he is called the strongest 4 emperors, Whitebeard will not be completely unresponsive. In his eyes, it is just that Whitebeard does not care about fame and does not bother to take action against juniors. You couldn't survive in the new world and came back to East Blue in despair. Yo, Golden Lion, it seems you look down on me. Amber laughed. Just a lucky kid. I didn't expect that the stupid captain would be looked down upon one day. Perona laughed. Amber, is this old man strong? Yamato asked from the side. Yes, he is the captain of the Flying Pirates who is as famous as the Roger Pirates and the Whitebeard Pirates, Golden Lion Shiki. Great, I finally met a stronger person. Is he here to cause trouble? Can I fight him? Yamato asked impatiently. It had been too long since she had fought happily. Go. Hey, I'm going then. Yamato jumped to the bow of the ship and pointed at the Golden Lion with his mace. That old man over there, let me be your opponent. When the Golden Lion saw that the God of Thunder did not come out to fight him personally, but instead sent out a woman, his veins suddenly popped out. Kid, what do you mean? If you want to fight, come out and fight. What's the point of sending a woman? Are you kidding me? Golden Lion said angrily. Haha, Golden Lion, you will be beaten badly later, do you believe it? You brat, then I will kill this woman first, and then I will kill you all. Hey, old man, what nonsense have you been talking about? Hurry up and start the fight. Yamato said dissatisfied. Woman, since you are seeking death, you can't blame me. Wave. To deal with this group of brats, Golden Lion has no intention of using the ferocious animals on the floating island, strong world, that were transformed by eating plants containing IQ ingredients. Those are his trump cards for revenge against the world government. An extremely sharp sword energy was kicked out from the famous sword at his feet. Even without lion fruit, Golden Lion was once a famous swordsman on the sea. He also held two famous swords, Sakura 10, and Deadwood. It's a pity that now these two knives have become his transportation tools. Facing this probing sword, Yamato clenched his mace and struck it without showing any signs of weakness. Bang! The sword energy was instantly eliminated. Nami, air combat is not Yamato's specialty. Help her create a place to stay. Okay, I see. I saw Nami wave his hand and instantly create a large white cloud. These clouds are specially made and are many times denser than ordinary clouds, so there is no problem for people standing on them. Ha ha ha, great, thanks, Nami-chan. Yamato stepped on the clouds and moved quickly towards the Golden Lion. She actually created so many clouds in such a short period of time. That woman is not weak at all. Golden Lion exclaimed. It was just a test, the battle has just begun. Lion. Thousand Slice Valley. Seeing that the test attack just now didn't work, Golden Lion began to take it seriously. He kicked out dozens of super powerful slashes in an instant, flying densely towards Yamato. Dang, dang, dang. Yamato covered the mace with armament Haki and blocked all the slashes. What? Golden Lion said in shock. Just now he could still comfort himself, but now he had to realize that the woman in front of him did have the power to threaten him. Thunderous 8 hangs. Yamato came in front of Golden Lion, holding the mace and smashing it hard. Inheriting the ultimate blow from her father Kaido of the beasts, although not as powerful as Kaido, it was enough to threaten Golden Lion at this time. Golden Lion quickly used the famous sword under his feet to block it. Dang. Zzzzzzzzzzzzzzzzz. The sword and the stick collided with each other, making a huge sound in an instant, and purple lightning raged wildly around. Such a strong power. Where did you come from, woman? Golden Lion said in shock. My name is Yamato. Yamato, right, I admit you are indeed a strong man. Golden Lion laughed. It was as if a senior was pleased with the progress of a junior. This feeling made Yamato very uncomfortable, because she felt that the old man in front of her was not that strong at all. You are not pleased at all. I don't need your recognition, ah. Yamato exerted force violently. What? Bang. The mace smashed Golden Lion hard. Golden Lion slammed heavily into his own floating island. Boss. The minions of the Golden Lion pirates shouted, unable to believe that their invincible boss was defeated so quickly. Don't shout, Lousy is not dead yet. The voice of Golden Lion came from the floating island. Then a huge sword energy chopped all the gravel into pieces, and Golden Lion slowly floated out. He looked very embarrassed, with blood on the corner of his mouth. It was obvious that Yamato's move just now hurt him. Ha 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 ha, I didn't expect that I, Golden Lion, would be injured one day. I'm going to be serious next time, Yamato, don't die. Golden Lion laughed a few times, and then said seriously. Just come on, Lion Majesty. Govern place earth coiling. The surrounding white clouds instantly formed 10 huge white lion heads. Roar. As if it were a real lion, it made a huge roar. This is the fruit ability of Golden Lion, Paramesha Lion Fruit, which can send everything it touches into the sky. Yamato raised the mace high, and the blue lightning spread like a spider web, and then smashed it down fiercely. Ming D. Chapter 182 Yamato's Golden Lion 2. Bang. Boom. A huge explosion instantly resounded throughout the world. The white lion head created by Golden Lion disappeared in an instant. Hey, old man, can you show some real skills? They are all just superficial things. Yamato frowned. How is that possible? Golden Lion gritted his teeth. Golden Lion, your strength is in the sky or on the earth compared to your peak. Your time has long passed. Amber said lightly. You brat, you actually said that my time has passed. Don't be too proud. Lousy is a Golden Lion, and he is not old enough to even deal with you brats. Golden Lion said angrily. Lion continuous thrusts. The Golden Lion floating in the air used his explosive power to come directly in front of Yamato, and then began to show his superb swordsmanship. Because he was flying in the sky, wielding a sword with his feet was almost the same as wielding a sword with his hands. Even though the power was reduced, but it also shows his level as a great swordsman. The sharp sword kept attacking, and the speed even exceeded the limit that could be observed by the naked eye. Yamato had to use the mace to keep parrying. Dang, dang, dang. The two of them fought hundreds of times in just a few seconds, each time a battle of life and death. How about it? Lousy is the strongest. If it hadn't been for that sudden wave, Roger wouldn't have been able to become the Pirate King. Golden Lion said as he attacked. Yamato, who has read Kazuki Oden's voyage diary, naturally knows what kind of person Roger the Pirate King is. No, someone like you is not worthy of becoming the Pirate King. Roger will never make excuses for his failure. Based on this alone, you are far inferior to him. You stinky girl. Yamato's words instantly stung Golden Lion, causing him to tear off his fig leaf and start cursing loudly without pretending to be a senior. The attack speed further increased, but it was still unable to break through Yamato's defense. The Golden Lion, dominated by anger, soon showed his flaws. Thunder 8 trigrams. Bang. The mace covered in weaponry color hit Golden Lion hard again, sending him flying. It flew far away and finally stopped in the air. Wow. Golden Lion spat out a mouthful of blood, and this blow seriously injured him again. You are indeed very strong, worthy of being the 4 emperors group that rules the sea, but don't underestimate the great pirates who survived from the old times. Golden Lion said, touching the ship above his head. This ghost has been following me for decades and has been limiting my strength. PFF'd. Ah. The golden lion pulled out the ship's wheel with fierce force, and then let out a miserable howl of pain. A large amount of blood poured out instantly, turning the golden lion into a bloody man in a short time. FK. What a cruel person. Amber took a breath. This ship wheel is close to the most important part of the human body, the brain, and Golden Lion pulled it out without saying a word. You must know that Golden Lion does not have the same immortality as Amber, nor does it have a professional medical team. It can be easily pulled out by a dog if you are not careful. Quote exclamation mark exclamation mark exclamation mark quote. Everyone present was also shocked by Golden Lion's operation. Boss, is he crazy? Golden Lion's younger brothers asked in shock. It's so happy. Without this damn thing, it feels like the whole world has completely changed, as if all the weight has been lifted. Golden Lion laughed, and then took out the culprit that had caused him trouble for decades. Totally shattered. Although the aura of the Golden Lion has become much stronger, Amber can feel that his life breath seems to be extinguished. Is this exhausting all life and releasing the last light? As expected of the legendary pirates of the old era, none of them are simple. The final battle is about to begin. Are you ready? Golden Lion said coldly. Buzz. A majestic power rising above heaven and earth rose in vain, and Conqueror's Haki, who belonged to the Golden Lion, finally returned. At the last moment of his life, Golden Lion once again realized his true heart, the heart of a king. I've been looking forward to it, and I'm going to use my full strength next. Yamato clenched the mace and Kaido said seriously. You said you didn't use all your strength just now. Golden Lion frowned. Because I got this ability from that D***************. I never wanted to use it, but now you are too strong, I must go all out. Yamato raised the mace high, and the sky suddenly became covered with dark clouds, and a blue lightning bolt struck the mace fiercely. Thunder and lightning instantly covered Yamato's body. In the lightning, Yamato's hands and feet grew larger and sharper claws grew. His face began to grow longer and pointed, his eyebrows lengthened and extended to his forehead, his teeth became sharp and pointed, and his ears became sharp. Like a fox, long and pointed. A white tail grew out of his back, and the hair behind him turned into a light blue color like netherworld cold flame, and a layer of white smoke surrounded his arms on both sides. This is Yamato's devil fruit, the dog fruit, the phantom beast type, and the Oguchi Shingo form. In this form, Yamato's strength, speed, attack, recovery, etc. have all increased, and he can also use the power of ice. Oh my god, is this Yamato? So cute, Perona exclaimed. Yes, I really want to touch her pointed ears and fluffy tail. It must be more comfortable than touching Chopper. Nami agreed. A-hole, I'm not a pet. Dako true god. It seems to be a certain ancient god. It is of great research value. Robin said with a smile. Quote. Everyone expressed their opinions on Yamato. Even Amber couldn't help but be attracted to Yamato at this time. Yamato in the form of Big Mouth God has a special wild beauty, coupled with his better appearance and that convex and backward figure. Ahem, that's too far. Zone, or the legendary phantom beast species. Interesting. Golden Lion smiled and stretched his hands to his feet. Crack, he directly took off the two famous knives at his feet from his legs and held them in his hands. Invincible swordsmanship is what makes Golden Lion equal to Roger and Whitebeard. It is rumored that the world's greatest swordsman before Hawkeye was Golden Lion. Come on. Golden Lion roared, and instantly accelerated towards Yamato. Two famous swords wrapped around conquerors and slashed out suddenly. Yeah, Yamato rushed forward without showing any signs of weakness, swinging the mace with all his strength. Clang. Zizzy. Click. Click. The violent red and black lightning suddenly flashed between the swords and sticks, spreading like a spider web, raging crazily, and the powerful airflow that burst out made people unable to open their eyes. The two sides refused to give in to each other and were deadlocked for a while. Chapter 183 Yamatov's Golden Lion End. Interesting for you. The 7 most famous plus-size models in the world. More. 662. 166. 221. Ah, the two of them exerted force at the same time, and under the strong reaction force, they flew backwards. As conquerors entangled, Golden Lion, as a contemporary king of Whitebeard, has indeed mastered it. Can Yamato win? Amber frowned. But he has been secretly prepared to take action immediately if Yamato's life is in danger and kill the Golden Lion directly. For Amber, the lives of partners are far greater than those bullshit rules. Lion. Thousand Slice Valley. The Golden Lion suddenly waved the sword in his hand and slashed out countless huge golden sword energy, rushing towards Yamato. Yamato did not raise his stick to resist this time, but lowered his head. The surrounding temperature suddenly dropped, and then it started to snow contrary to common sense. Snow. Why does it snow in a place like this? Perona exclaimed. This is really unbelievable. According to my observations, it is impossible for it to snow in this sea area. Nami frowned and couldn't help but doubt his own navigation skills. No, that's Yamato's devil fruit ability. Amber answered. Oko Shingo, the legendary god who was born in the snowy mountains. This is probably why Yamato can use the power of ice. Robin explained. Yamato raised his head suddenly, opened his mouth, and a white light condensed in his mouth. Wu attendant Bingya. Then he suddenly spit out a whirling white light, covering thousands of miles of ice and thousands of miles of snow. Bang. Boom. The white light and Golden Lion's golden sword energy suddenly collided, causing a huge explosion in an instant. The two attacks cancelled each other out, and a large amount of smoke emitted, filling the surrounding area. The smoke dissipated, revealing two people standing side by side. It's so happy, it's so happy. Golden Lion laughed. What have I been doing all these years? I have spent decades cultivating violent animals, and then I want to use these things to take revenge on the world government. How is it possible with this garbage? Then he instantly slashed dozens of huge sword energy at the violent animals on the floating island. Moo, ho, wherever the huge sword energy passed, all the violent animals immediately bowed their heads. Boss, what are you doing? This is your hard work for decades. Golden Lion's younger brother shouted. What a waste. This kind of thing is useless at all. Golden Lion said indifferently, ever since that ship was inserted into my head, I have become confused. It doesn't matter if first challenge the Marine headquarters alone, it will cost a lot of money. It doesn't matter if I have to carry out this boring plan for decades. I really don't know what I thought before. But thanks to you, I can wake up and fight to my heart's content again before I die. Lousy will not be at a loss in this life. The next move is my strongest move. It will cost me the last of my life. It's up to you whether you can block it or not. Then, he flew over the floating island and led the floating island to continue to rise, reaching 1,000 meters above everyone. Golden Lion activated his power, and the huge floating island was constantly being kneaded and transformed in his hands like plasticine. Finally, the entire island turned into a huge lion's head. Roar. The huge lion head roared crazily. Everyone present was shocked when they saw Golden Lion's amazing move. He doesn't want to throw the entire island at us. Perona said in horror. It's over. It's over. Chopper covered his eyes with his hat and shouted. Master, what should I do? I don't want to die yet. I haven't dedicated myself to the master yet. Baby 5 cried, grabbing Amber's arm. Quote. Amber's head was filled with black lines, and then she looked at the sky. This old pendant is quite stylish. You can just throw it down, but you still have to use your power to turn the entire island into a lion's head. Amber laughed. Idiot, is this the time to care about this? Everyone shouted. Looking at the huge lion head, Yamato couldn't help but break out in a cold sweat. Everyone, all eyes are on Yamato. This is too big, I really don't have the confidence to stop it. Yamato said awkwardly. Everyone looked at Amber, who shrugged and teleported to Yamato's side. Sorry, Amber, I was the one who proposed to fight the Golden Lion, but... Yamato, you have worked very hard. Leave the rest to me. Amber patted Yamato on the shoulder and said casually. Yamato then transformed back into his human form and returned to the Thor. Oh, did you change someone? Thor, you are finally going to take action yourself. But no matter who you replace, they can't block my attack. The Golden Lion in the sky laughed. You'll know if you try it, won't you? Amber smiled lightly. Billion volts. Thor. In a burst of thunder, Amber's hair and eyebrows all turned silver, and she was surrounded by thunder and lightning. Go to hell. Lion Majesty, the world is shaking. The Golden Lion roared and smashed the huge lion's head down. Amber closed her hands, and a dazzling blue light wave condensed in her palms. Aiming at the huge lion head in the air, he pushed out fiercely. Momo 10 times the wave that penetrates the world. The rotating thunder pillar that was originally only a few meters wide instantly became dozens of meters wide and shot into the air. Call out. An extremely dazzling silver light flashed across the sky. Boom. The sky was instantly enveloped in dazzling light, which temporarily overshadowed the sun's rays, plunging the area outside into brief darkness. The huge explosion resounded throughout the sky. Everyone present was stunned by the huge sound, and couldn't help but plug their ears with their hands to feel a little better. I don't know how long it took before the sound slowly disappeared. Everyone couldn't help but look up. The sky was still so clean and beautiful. The huge lion head that was originally suspended in the sky has disappeared, and the floating white clouds have been neatly divided into two, like a book that has been suddenly opened. No. It's gone. The Golden Lion men exclaimed. The members of the Sky Shadow Pirates seemed relatively calm. They had seen Amber performing the destruction of the island more than once. The boss is dead. Impossible. The boss is the strongest. No, I absolutely cannot accept it. Golden Lion's men collapsed. At this moment, a figure suddenly fell from the sky. Pata. It was the Golden Lion that hit the cloud layer created by Nami. No way. Even if you don't die. Everyone exclaimed. Amber, you must have avoided the Golden Lion on purpose. Robin laughed. He is still useful. It would be a pity to die here like this. Chapter 184 Conversation with Golden Lion. Interesting for you. Selena Gomez posts powerful bikini then and now. More. 254. 64. 85. Boss. Golden Lion's men looked at the half-dead Golden Lion and shouted. It's so annoying. Lousy still has one breath left. Cough cough cough. While shouting, Golden Lion finally woke up, but he only had one breath left. If it was Golden Lion's peak period, it would be easy to have dozens of islands, let alone one island, but now with this half-dead body, even one island is enough. Although Amber relied on the powerful observation Haki to sense the location of the Golden Lion and deliberately avoided him with the attack, the damage caused to him by the powerful aftermath alone was very serious. Thor, you could have killed me with that blow just now, why did you show mercy? Golden Lion asked intermittently while holding his breath. Gia ha 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 ha, are you pitying me? UB asterisk 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 D. Amber's mercy made Golden Lion feel extremely humiliated. Who is he? He is the overlord of the sky, the Golden Lion, and he doesn't need anyone's pity. I pity you. I think you think too much. I am showing mercy to you because you are still useful. Otherwise, I would have killed you long ago. Amber said coldly. It was all his own fault that Golden Lion ended up like this. This ocean would never show mercy to losers. What's the use? What's the use of my broken body now? Should I collect the bounty from Marine? Golden Lion sneered. Golden Lion, let me make it clear. I want to do something unprecedented, and I need a lot of powerful combat support, and you, Golden Lion, are one of them. Although your current strength is pitifully weak, when you were at your peak, you were someone who can compete with Roger and Whitebeard. I have a way to help you get back to your peak. What? Golden Lion said in shock, are you saying you have a way to treat my injuries? I'm talking about the peak period. How can it be considered the peak period just by treating your injuries? I can make you young again. Restore youth. Golden Lion's breathing began to quicken, obviously he was attracted. The strong are never afraid of any challenges. They only worry about time. Under the ravages of time, no matter how strong they were, they will become old and frail. As what you said true. Your contemporaries, Whitebeard, Pluden Rayleigh, and Ryder Field, who was captured by Marine and taken to Impel Down 30 years ago, have all been restored to their youth with my help. These old guys are not dead yet. Have they regained their youth? After accepting this shocking news, Golden Lion couldn't calm down for a long time. Is your condition that I help you complete that task after I regain my youth? Golden Lion asked calmly. It's not that simple, Golden Lion, I want you to be my subordinate. Are you dreaming? I, Golden Lion, will never give in to anyone, before and now. Golden Lion was furious in an instant. When he was the Golden Lion, he was the one who had the confidence to recruit Roger. Although he was rejected by Roger, he would rather die if he was allowed to be the subordinate of a brat now. He, Golden Lion, you lost to Roger without complaining. Your vision is too narrow, and you will live in Roger's shadow your whole life. Amber laughed. Amber learns the unique skill of the mouth escape Saint Naruto, and activates the mouth escape again. Thor, what exactly do you want to say? Golden Lion frowned. Anyone who is grabbed and poked at a sore spot will not look good. What is your goal? Amber asked rhetorically without saying it clearly. My goal? Yes. What is my goal? I remember. My goal is to rule this world. Golden Lion Kaido. Then look what you have been doing all these years. Playing the game of pirates of hegemony, hiding for decades and cultivating a group of trash. You are acting like a clown. UB asterisk 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 D. In comparison, your former captain Rox Gibble is the one who truly realizes his ambition. How do you know about Rox? Did those old guys tell you that? Amber ignored Golden Lion's question and said to herself, why did Rox attack the celestial dragons? Because he clearly knows that the master of this world has never been a pirate, but has ruled the entire world for 800 years. World government. He can die on the road to realize his ambition, even if he fails, he is still an admirable man. In comparison, what you Golden Lion did looks like a clown. Now there is a new opportunity in front of you. The big thing I just mentioned is to overthrow the world government. I always thought I was crazy enough, but I didn't expect you to be the craziest guy. Golden Lion said in shock. But he had to admit that the arrogance and madness of the man in front of him was far above him. Go on. I have formulated a plan to overthrow the world government and subvert the entire world. I have attracted a large number of powerful combat forces, including Whitebeard, Rayleigh, Ryder. You win over them on the condition of regaining your youth. That's right. Soon an unprecedented war will break out between us and the world government that will determine the future of the world. This war will involve everyone, and no one will be able to stay away. You, Golden Lion, must use death as an excuse to escape. Golden Lion, become my right-hand man and completely overturn this world. Hearing these familiar words, Golden Lion fell into memories. He also invited Roger in the same way back then, but unfortunately Roger refused. A war that overturns the entire world. It's really tempting, but if you want me to be the subordinate of a brat like you, I would rather die. Golden Lion still refused. Haha, Golden Lion, actually you are not the first. Ryder before you has long since joined my pirate group and became my battle captain. How is it possible? With that old bat's arrogance, how is it possible? It's a simple thing. Not only did I help him regain his youth, I'm also stronger than him. Do you think Whitebeard doesn't care about the title of the strongest 4 emperors, just because he doesn't care? It's me, in a one-on-one battle, defeated the rejuvenated Whitebeard with his own hands. Amber said calmly. Hearing that even peak Whitebeard was defeated by the kid in front of him, Golden Lion couldn't help but widen his pupils. Golden Lion, if you are not convinced, don't you just think that you were better than me at your peak? I can help you regain your youth now, and then we will have a fight. As long as you can beat me, the debt between us will be wiped out. If you lose, you will join my pirate team. Do you dare? The strong is respected, the victor is king, let's solve it the way pirates do. Chapter 185 Fighting against the Golden Lion at its peak 1. Gia ha 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 ha, in a pirate way. Come on then, escaping is not my Golden Lion style. Golden Lion laughed. Thor, how do you plan to make me young again? Amber took out the last holy water, from the system space and threw it over. This is the medicine that can restore youth. I just don't know if you dare to drink it. Golden Lion caught it steadily. Why don't you dare? Lousy as a golden lion. Then he opened it and drank it without hesitation. The rich light of life instantly enveloped the golden lion. This feeling is really good. Golden Lion sighed. The sacred water continuously repairs various injuries on Golden Lion's body. After the green light dissipated, Golden Lion had a new look, the wounds on his head disappeared and his hair grew back. Even the 2 broken legs grew back. The whole person is no different from when he was young. Are these my legs? Golden Lion looked at his grown legs and fell into a daze. His legs were both familiar and unfamiliar to him. This effect is much better than fairy beans. Fairy beans can only treat injuries, but they have no effect on broken arms and legs. It is indeed something refined by God, even though that God may be pitifully weak. Thor, I do owe you a favor. Golden Lion thanked him. How are you feeling now? Amber asked. I have never felt so good, and my mind has never been so clear. My whole body is full of strength now. Thor, why don't you think about it again and try another way? I don't want to hear others say that I, Golden Lion, am an ungrateful person. People. Golden Lion still didn't think the kid in front of him could be his opponent. You don't need to worry about it. You have just recovered now. I will give you a day to get familiar with your current body, and I will make you convinced that you have lost. Amber said lightly. That's all, since you don't appreciate it, I, the Golden Lion, won't be hot-faced and cold-hearted. Golden Lion snorted coldly, turned around and flew up to the clouds with his men. Why are you pretending? Let's see if he still dares to be arrogant when he sees the strength of the idiot captain. Perona said dissatisfied. Amber, what's that person's strength like? Nami asked worriedly. Don't worry, I'm on par with Whitebeard. Since I can beat Whitebeard, I can also beat him. Amber said with a smile. The next day, it was time for the agreed battle. Rumble. Suddenly there was a huge noise in the sky, and several huge islands were seen floating in the sky, and above the islands was the Golden Lion. Let's use these islands as a foothold for our battle. Golden Lion said. It turns out that Golden Lion went down to transport several uninhabited islands in order to fight with Thor. Golden Lion began to activate his abilities, and several small islands were rubbed and deformed under his power, and finally merged into a large island, about the same size as Dressrosa. This ability is really useful. Amber sighed. But he has no intention of plundering. The reason why lion fruit is powerful is because it is in the hands of Golden Lion. Otherwise, if it falls into the hands of a weak person, it will probably only be developed into another, light lion fruit, just like the reason why shock fruit is called the power to destroy the world because the person who uses it is Whitebeard. Amber turned into a bolt of lightning and landed on the island, while the Golden Lion floated down from the sky. Thor, you said you beat Whitebeard, let me see if it's true. You'll see it soon. Amber laughed. 10 billion volt Thor. In order to completely defeat Golden Lion, Amber didn't plan to hold back, and immediately entered the enhanced form of Thor mode. In the shining lightning, the hair and eyebrows slowly turned silver, and violent lightning surrounded them. Your aura has become much stronger. Golden Lion frowned, he could clearly feel the difference between Thor and before. Golden Lion, be careful, I don't have any medicine to treat you, if you die accidentally, you will really die. Arrogant brat. Lion Majesty. Earth coiling. Golden Lion attacked angrily. The entire ground was overturned in an instant, and gravel, sand, trees, etc. all flew into the sky, and then immediately turned into multiple lion heads hundreds of meters in size. The power, range, size, hardness, etc. of Golden Lion in peak state using this move are greater than those of the old Golden Lion. Roar. The lion head roared violently and then pounced towards Amber. This weight must be tens of thousands of tons. If an ordinary person is attacked, he will be buried directly, and there is no need to dig a grave. Thunder Dragon. Thunder dragons with lightning surging rushed out of Amber's body, and then jumped around, as if they had life. After Amber's fruit ability awakened, he became more and more proficient in controlling lightning. He had a feeling that as long as he continued to develop it, it would not be impossible to create a truly living lightning creature one day in the future. At Amber's wave, the Thunder Dragon slammed into the huge lion that surrounded it from all sides. Rumble. In terms of lethality, the Thunder Dragon can be said to be a complete defeat of the mighty giant lion. It was blown to pieces in just one round. And there were 7 or 8 Thunder Dragons circling above Amber's head. The difference was immediately determined. The two tried to attack, and Golden Lion was completely at a disadvantage. Sure enough, even though I felt your power yesterday, it's still amazing to face you again. But the battle has just begun. After saying that, Golden Lion drew his 2 famous swords from his waist. Be careful, I'm not at the same level as I was yesterday. Lion. Thousand Slice Valley. Instantly, countless huge golden sword chi were slashed out, each of which was 100 meters in size, faster, stronger, and sharper than yesterday's. The arrogant swordsman of the past is back. I didn't expect the old man yesterday would become so strong after becoming an uncle today. If it were me, I would definitely not be able to take it, and I could only dodge, said Yamato on the side. Yamato is indeed very strong, and he is also a Grandmaster Conqueror's Haki, and a mythical beast species, but at most he is a Vice-Emperor level combat power, and there is still a long way to go from the legendary combat power standing at the top. 500 million volts Kilin. Amber stretched her hand to the sky and sent out a lightning bolt. The sky was instantly covered with dark clouds, and the clouds slowly split apart, and a long-horned ancient beast slowly appeared, with a terrifying length of 1,000 meters. Roar. It roared at the golden lion, then pounced on it fiercely, colliding with the huge golden sword energy. Bang. Chapter 186 Battle against Golden Lion 2 at its peak. Interesting for you. Unveiling Tim Walls. The inspiring story of his family. More. 767. 192. 256. The thunder and lightning unicorn collided with the huge golden sword energy, causing a huge explosion. The generated air waves swept across the entire island in an instant, blowing away all the trees, sand and rocks on the island, and even the hills were flattened. It stirred up smoke and dust all over the sky, and when the smoke dispersed, it left a large crater of 1,000 meters. Gia ha ha ha, Thor God, you really did not disappoint me, keep fighting. The golden lion turned into a golden light and flew towards Amber at a high speed. In an instant, he was in front of Amber. The two famous swords, Deadwood, and Sakura 10, in his hands wrapped around Conqueror's Haki, and then suddenly chopped them off. Although the golden lion was very fast, Amber had a stronger sense of perception and had already sensed the movement of the golden lion. However, she wanted to try the golden lion's slashing attack and did not dodge. Raise your arms and cover them with powerful armed colors for defense. Are you ready to force me? You underestimate me. Clang. The golden lion's knife struck Amber's arm, and violent black lightning instantly exploded, raging crazily all around. Crack. The ground beneath Amber's feet collapsed under the strong pressure, swallowing the entire calf. Isn't it over yet? Golden Lion withdrew the knife, and then quickly chopped it down again, as if he was chopping vegetables with two kitchen knives. Amber could only barely parry, while retreating. Dang 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 dang. Only focus on defending the top and completely give up on the bottom. Don't forget, now I have legs. Golden Lion said coldly. Then he flew out and kicked Amber hard in the chest. Bang. Kicked Amber away. Amber slid on the ground for a long time before stopping, leaving long ravines behind her feet. Lion Majesty shattered the earth. Golden Lion inserted the knife into the ground, then swung it suddenly, and a sword energy of 100 meters in size struck Amber along the ground. Thunderstorm. Amber raised her hand and released violent thunder and lightning to resist. The thunderstorm raged like a silver snake, colliding with the huge sword energy. Boom. The sky was filled with dust again, and Amber disappeared in a burst of thunder. Why can't I detect him with my sight? Golden Lion frowned secretly in the smoke. Lightning flashed behind the Golden Lion, and Amber suddenly appeared, with a thunder sword condensed in her hand, and she stabbed towards the Golden Lion. Golden Lion sensed it instantly and blocked it with his sword at an incredible angle. Clang. What a terrifying speed. I almost got hit. Golden Lion exclaimed in admiration. It can be faster. I don't know if you can keep up. Amber said with a smile. Then it disappeared again and appeared above the Golden Lion with the thunder sword slashing down suddenly. Clang. Golden Lion once again blocked with his sword. In this way, Amber kept flashing and attacking Golden Lion from various directions, but Golden Lion was always able to resist at the last moment. Golden Lion is indeed a great swordsman. Such swordsmanship is really terrifying. Among us, only Amber can resist it. He is worthy of being as famous as the Pirate Kings Roger and Whitebeard. Can Captain Idiot win? Perona, who had never seen the four powerful forces of Amber and Marine, as well as the battle with Whitebeard, couldn't help but worry. Don't worry. Amber is just playing now, not using her full strength at all. Nami smiled confidently. Amber fought with Whitebeard for a long time, but in the end, after using the Momo Fruit ability, she defeated Whitebeard with one blow. Just like our monkey brother, he obviously has many magical powers, but he doesn't use them, he just likes to be flat. Because it is too strong, killing it instantly with one strike will take away the fun of fighting. Amber's strength at this time can be said to be the strongest in the pirate world except for Sama who doesn't know the details. Bang. After Amber and Golden Lion exchanged moves again, they both retreated. Thor, why don't you use your amplifying ability? Golden Lion frowned. I'm afraid it will kill you instantly if I use it. How arrogant. Even Roger wouldn't dare to say such big words in front of me. Since you have made such a request, then I will grant it to you. Golden Lion, be careful not to die. I don't want to waste a precious bottle of potion. Amber said with a smile. Gia ha 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 ha, the person in this world who can kill me hasn't been born yet. Golden Lion laughed. Why is it so similar to Whitebeard's lines? What? It's okay, let's decide the outcome with this move. Just what I wanted. Golden Lion crossed the two knives together, and the strength in his body began to gather. Thor God, I will return what I just said to you. This blow condenses all my strength. Be careful, don't die. Lion Majesty Potion. In an instant, two giant sword chi were slashed out, crossing in an X shape, and striking towards Amber along the ground. The two sword chi were 10,000 meters long. Boom. Wherever the sword energy passed, the earth was torn apart and the land began to crumble, and soon half of the island was split into two. Amber stretched out her arm and turned her fist into a palm, instantly condensing a large amount of violent thunder and lightning on her entire arm. The emission weapon color, Conqueror's Winding, and thunder power are perfectly combined. Momo Tenfold Hell's Thrust 4 pen hands. Amber turned into a bolt of lightning and flew towards the golden lion at high speed. Boom. The huge sword energy that broke through from the front came to the golden lion and thrust out suddenly. PFF'd. Golden Lion's shoulder was instantly stained with a blood flower. Chapter 187 Golden Lion joins and reunites with his friends. You lost, Golden Lion. Amber said calmly. Then he withdrew his hand and used lightning to vaporize bloodline. I lost. Looking at his injured shoulder, Golden Lion fell into a daze. Since Thor's attack can break through his armor and hurt him, it can also kill him. If the attack just now had been aimed at vital parts, such as the head, heart, etc., Golden Lion would have been killed in an instant. Thanos. You should chop off my head. Six Paths Madara. You should kick me in the head. Closing parenthesis. After all, Golden Lion doesn't have a body as pervert as Kaido. I lost, and I am convinced that I lost. Golden Lion said lonely. I now believe you defeated Whitebeard. Whether you believe it or not, I don't care at all. As agreed before, you must join me from now on. Amber said indifferently. A-hole, who do you think I am? Of course I will abide by the agreement I made. Golden Lion said angrily. Then under the witness of everyone, Golden Lion officially joined the Sky Shadow Pirates and became another battle captain under the Sky Shadow Pirates. Amber, should we continue with our original plan now? Nami asked. Of course, since I'm here, I naturally want to meet my friends. Amber gave Golden Lion Wano-kuni a position and asked him to move with his men without fear of betrayal. Golden Lion alone wanted to betray Wano-kuni and take revenge on Wano-kuni. It was a dream. Just one rider was enough for him. Not to mention a large number of masters such as Yishao, Jin, and Shiryu of Rain. In order to prevent misunderstandings, Amber also made a special call to Yishao. This was specially prepared before departure to prevent Wano-kuni from being able to contact Amber due to unexpected situations. Brew, Captain. A smiling voice came from the phone. Uncle Yishao, nothing unexpected happened recently, right? Amber asked. No, everything is going smoothly according to the captain's plan. Captain, who are you calling this time? Yishao asked doubtfully. It's like this. I have conquered another powerful combat force. Next, he will go to Wano-kuni. In order to prevent you from misunderstanding. Amber explained briefly. Thor God, what do you mean by subduing? The Golden Lion next to him asked dissatisfied. That's what it means. Didn't you lose to me? You, B********************************************************************************************************************************************************************************************************************************************************************************************* Please smile next time and take care of me. TCH, I am a golden lion. Nani. Everyone on the phone was shocked. Captain, actually recruited another legendary combat force. Frankie said in shock. It's really unimaginable. It seems that the captain is not very determined to do that. Yishao sighed. Golden lion, who is it? Only Zoro looked confused. That's right, apart from swords and sleep, plus a wayfinder, Zoro's world has little room for anything else. Haven't you heard of it? The great pirate who was as famous as Roger Whitebeard, the Pirate King. Frankie explained. Ah, never heard of it. Zoro yawned and said casually. The greatest swordsman in the world before Hawkeye, he became famous all over the world with his powerful swordsmanship. The world's greatest swordsman before Hawkeye. Zoro instantly became serious after hearing these words. Your name is Golden Lion, right? Zoro said seriously to the phone bug. Who is your boy? Golden Lion asked in confusion. My name is Roronoa Zoro. I am determined to become the world's greatest swordsman. You must be very strong. Come and fight me. Gia ha 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 ha. Thor, your partner is really interesting. Golden Lion laughed. Are you determined to become the world's greatest swordsman? It's really an amazing dream. Who will win this title after me? It seems, a young man named Mihawk. I heard that the swordsmanship competition I've been worse than ever since then. Yes, my goal is to defeat him and win the title of the world's greatest swordsman. Zoro said with fighting spirit. Do you want to use me as a whetstone? If you are not afraid of death, come on. I, the Golden Lion, am never afraid of challenges. I will definitely challenge you. Quote. Amber paid no attention to the two of them, and was not worried that the two would really fight to the death. Golden Lion was a smart man. How could he take the risk to kill Amber's partner when he knew that he was completely defeated by Amber? As for Zoro, his current strength is simply not comparable to the Golden Lion who has returned to his peak. Although Zoro often talks about killing someone, his actions are far from as quick as what he says. After telling Golden Lion the location of Wano-kuni and asking him to find it on his own, Amber and her group went to visit their friends as planned again. The first stop was Twin Capes. Are you going to see the skull? I haven't seen him for a long time. Perona said excitedly. Before the Sky Shadow Pirates grew, among the core crew, Perona and Blake had the best relationship, because their fruit abilities were all related to the soul, and many of Perona's moves were helped by Brook. It's great. I can finally see Brook again. Chopper said excitedly. It's a pity that Frankie and Zoro didn't come, otherwise our original friends could have gotten together. Nami said regretfully. Mr. Skeleton is good at everything, but he's a bit pervert and likes to tell silly jokes. Canis recalled. You guys have to be careful. The first thing Brook will do when he sees you is how fat you are. Robin, a sinister person, threatened BABY5, Yamato and Reiju. What? How could there be such a pervert guy? I will not show my fatness to others. Baby 5 said angrily, then looked at Amber with a red face. My fatness will only be given to the owner. Watch alone. Thank you, but I won't read it either. Amber replied with a dark face. Female idiot. Everyone complained. Pang Ji. What is fat G? I don't know how to wear something like that. Woo woo woo. Nami-chan, what are you doing? Yamato said. Haha, it doesn't matter. If he dares to come, I'll let him taste the poison. Reiju said with a cold face. The time was spent among everyone chatting. After 2 days of flying, Amber and others finally arrived at Twin Capes. Bang! The Thor landed on the sea with a loud noise. Why don't you let me, old man, sleep? On the shore, Kuroka's, who was sleeping under an umbrella, was instantly awakened and said unhappily. This familiar ship, you are. Hey, long time no see, Kuroka's. Amber walked out of the cabin and waved. Are you Amber? Kuroka's said in surprise. Haven't seen you for a long time. Everyone came out of the cabin to say hello. So it's you. Why are you back? Kuroka's asked doubtfully. We are going to do something important, so we stopped by to see Brook and Laboon. By the way, where are Brook and Laboon? They went to explore the bottom of the sea. Under the sea, Amber didn't react for a moment. How did Brook, the demon fruit power, get to the bottom of the sea? Brock entered Laboon's body, Kuroka's explained simply. They usually come back in the evening. Look at the time, it should be about this time. Why haven't they come back yet? Before Kuroka's finished speaking, he was interrupted by a sudden loud cry from the sea. Look, aren't you coming back now? Laboon, everyone shouted excitedly. Laboon heard the familiar voice and shook his huge head in confusion. Laboon, what's wrong? Brook came out of Laboon's body and asked doubtfully. You mean friends, partners? Hi, Skull, Perona waved excitedly. Hey, who's calling me? Brook turned around in confusion. Yes, you guys. Chapter 188 Reunion Banquet at Twin Capes. Perona, Amber, Nami, everyone. Brook said happily. Why are you guys back? Did you come back specifically to see me? I'm so happy. Lolo. Of course not, Skull, you are thinking too much, we are just passing by. Perona complained. Quote. Turns out I misunderstood, I'm not that important. Brook suddenly became disappointed. Quote. Skull, actually, you're not that. Perona said hesitantly, asking her, who usually only had a sharp tongue, to comfort people, it was simply embarrassing. Lololo, I'm actually pretending. I won't be sad at all, because I have no heart at all. Bullock pointed at his skeleton and smiled. Quote. The scene suddenly became dull and no one spoke. Quote. I suddenly feel so cold. Chopper said shivering. Nami, what is this skull talking about? The stubborn Yamato asked directly to his face. Sure enough, it's still the same. Nami covered her face and said speechlessly. Isn't my joke funny? Brook asked. It's not funny at all. Everyone complained loudly. After a while of commotion, everyone quickly became familiar with each other. Friends who know Brook quickly eliminate the sense of isolation, and friends who don't know Brook quickly eliminate the feeling of strangeness. To celebrate our reunion with Brook today, let's have a party. Amber shouted, raising her hands in the air. Since coming to the world of One Piece, Amber has become more and more fond of holding parties, and the Sky Shadow Pirates have become the second pirate group to love parties after the Red Hair Pirates. Okay, everyone agreed in unison. After such a long period of training, Kanis has not only become a strong person who is not weaker than the Marine Vice Admiral, but also has made rapid progress in cooking and has become a qualified little cook. It would be even better if she got another XX apron. A lot of delicious food was prepared in a short time. There is a large amount of fine wine stored in the cabin of the Thor, such as rum, wine, red wine, etc. There are countless kinds of fine wines, everything you need, so that everyone can have a good drink. Everyone relaxed around the bonfire. I saw Brook walking up to Baby 5 like a gentleman and bowing respectfully. Baby 5, however, became nervous as if he had seen a ghost, and became defensive towards Brook. Beautiful, evil skull, don't even think about it. My fatness can only be shown to the master. Before Brook could finish speaking, Baby 5 interrupted him. How did you know? Sister Robin has told us all about your evil skull's pervert behavior. Is that so? When everyone heard Baby 5's shameful words, they all looked at Amber with contempt, as if they were looking at a scumbag. Hey, what are you looking at? I never said I wanted to look at you. Amber blackfaced Kaido. I didn't expect that after just 2.5 years apart, we would defeat the legendary 4 emperors and become one of the strongest forces in this ocean, Brook sighed. Yes, time can really change a lot of things. Sometimes I wish that time could stop, so that the people and things we care about would never disappear. Amber said with emotion. Amber, what are your plans next? Kuroka's next to him asked as he took a sip of wine. I decided to do something unprecedented. Amber briefly explained to Brook and Kuroka's what she wanted to do. Oh my god. This is really crazy. Roger didn't have such a crazy idea back then. Kuroka's said in shock. Amber, you are a crazy man. You have attacked the celestial dragons before, and now you want to. Brook said with emotion. How can we help? There is nothing needed yet. Amber shook her head. Quote. In this small banquet, everyone was very drunk and did not fall asleep until midnight. The best drinker is Yamato. Yamato, who inherited Kaido's strong physique, can be said to be able to drink 1,000 cups without getting drunk, but in the end he was knocked down by Nami and others. Of course, amber is not included in it. Even Magellan's poison can be dissolved in an instant by those who have obtained the immortal body, not to mention that little bit of alcohol. You can't escape life by getting drunk, which is probably one of the drawbacks of being immortal. After staying at Twin Capes for 2 days, Amber and her group planned to set off again. Everyone boarded the Thor and slowly sailed away from the shore. Skull, see you next time. Perona stood on the bow and waved. Brook, goodbye. Chopper waved his short hands vigorously. Quote. Everyone said goodbye one after another, not knowing when and where they would see each other again. Chapter 189 The Storm is Coming. New Marine Headquarters. Since the old Marine Headquarters Marineford was sunk by the evil Thor in the Summit War, the newly appointed Marine Marshal Aokiji moved the Marine Headquarters to the Marine G1 branch, located at the entrance of the Grand Line, New World, with the Red Line and the Holy Land Mariajoy as adjacent. Aokiji, who was wearing a cape with Marshal written on it, was immersed in a mountain of official documents. Since he ascended to the position of Marshal, handling these official duties has become his daily life. I didn't expect being a Marshal would be so tiring. It's far worse than when I was an Admiral. At least I could take a leisurely nap then, but for that goal, I have to persevere no matter what. Aokiji thought to himself. What's going on with the 4 emperors recently? Aokiji asked the assistant next to him after finishing his official duties. The Marshal not only has to deal with the complicated official duties, but also always pays attention to the situation on the sea, among which the 4 emperors are the top priority. Reporting to the Marshal, according to the intelligence we have received, the Whitebeard pirates are still the same as before. Apart from announcing an alliance with Thor, there is basically no other movement. The whereabouts of the Red Hair pirates are erratic, and we have not found any trace of them yet. The BIGMOM pirates and the Sky Shadow pirates have collided many times in Area XX, and the 2 sides are at loggerheads, and a small-scale conflict is predicted. The assistant on the side reported. I understand. Let's go down first. I want to think alone. Aokiji waved his hand and said helplessly. Yes. The assistant turned and left. Thor. BIGMOM. What should we do with these 2 restless guys? Aokiji frowned and said the same words as Marshal Sengoku before. Aokiji's personal feelings towards Thor are not very bad. Although the 2 fought to the death during the Summit War, it was all determined by their stance. Thor is a particularly strange pirate. In other countries ruled by pirates, a large number of berries must be handed over every year in exchange for the protection of pirates. They also call it protection fee. Single quote comma. Even though a large amount of berry was surrendered, pirates would still rob villages and towns from time to time, and even massacres might occur. It can be said that most people in countries under the rule of pirates live a very miserable and precarious life. For details, you can refer to how the evil dragon oppressed Cocoa West Village. However, the people of Wano-Kuni and other countries in the territory under the rule of Thunder God are living very well. Not only does Thunder God not charge protection fees, but he also severely cracks down on pirates who bully the people and does not allow his pirates to attack ordinary people. Take action and execute each one you find. There was once a pirate who had a bounty of over 100 million, saying that the 4 emperors were nothing, blatantly violated the rules set by the God of Thunder, and massacred a village of villagers on the border of the God of Thunder's territory. Just the next day, the entire pirate group was captured by Thor's men, and the pirate was subjected to a live broadcast to try the treatment that only Saint Charmako of Celestial Dragons enjoyed back then, the punishment of being cut into pieces by 1,000 cuts. This pirate is much stronger than the fragile Celestial Dragons. He was cut more than 5,000 times before he died. That pirate group includes 60-year-old veteran cadres, young trainee pirates who just joined, and others who are similar to that pirate. The pirates who had some connection with the group were all chopped into pieces and fed to the dogs by Thor's order. Thousands of them were killed, which finally calmed Thor's anger. After that, no one dared to violate the rules set by Thor openly, but secretly. I pray every day not to be discovered by the God of Thunder. In the end, the heinous Thor became a good man among ordinary people, and among the foul-smelling pirates, he became a famous tyrant. Lei Shen also allocated a large amount of funds to help those backward villages build roads and facilities. Tezzolo. My money is all my money. Thor. What's yours and mine among our own people? What's yours is mine, and what's mine is still mine. Closing parenthesis. This approach caused great fear in the world government. Thor's actions were not like a pirate at all, but more like a government than the world government. Rogues who only destroy can never establish a political power. Other pirates are just like rogues, and the world government doesn't care at all. On the contrary, it is those like the Revolutionary Army and Thor who are well organized, well planned and well thought out that the world government fears the most. Therefore, Thor and the leader of the Revolutionary Army, Monkey D. Dragon, are both called the most vicious criminals in the world. In addition, although Aokiji hates to admit it, his position as marshal owes a lot to the God of Thunder. Thor first broke Akainu's left hand in the Sabayati archipelago, and then seriously injured Akainu in the Summit War, which caused Akainu's combat effectiveness to drop a lot, so Aokiji could defeat Akainu in the martial battle and win the position of marshal. Aokiji knows his own strength, and is clearly inferior to his senior Akainu. Aokiji, who ascended to the position of marshal, is eager to reform Marine and even influence the world government to prevent tragedies like Ohara from happening again. But Aokiji soon discovered that the position of marshal did not have the power to influence the world government as he thought. He is more like a puppet who helps the five elders command Marine. He has to consult the five elders on many major matters, and the marshal has no decision-making power at all. Even the marshal's face is worthless in the eyes of the five elders. Akainu. Damn it, my hand is broken, and my position as marshal is gone. You still want to respect me? This silenced Aokiji, who wanted to realize his inner thoughts. Justice. What is justice? Is there real justice here? New World, the territory of the Bigmom pirates, Cake Island. Mom, the Sky Shadow pirates have occupied several of our islands in the XXC. Perospero reported. That B*********** D Thunderbolt brat. I was too lazy to argue with him last time, but I didn't expect that he would go even further this time. Bigmom gritted his teeth. Although she still sneered at Thor and said that the strongest four emperors were a joke, Thor's terrifying record still made Bigmom choose to give in. Her own strength was about the same as Kaido's, and the gap was basically negligible. But as strong as she is, the grass on Kaido's grave now grows 2 meters high. But Bigmom didn't expect that even though he had already chosen to give in, that D Thor kept pressing forward. This made Bigmom extremely angry, and he even had the idea of starting a war at all costs. Perospero, summon all your troops to me immediately. I'm going to attack Wanokuni and cut off that brat's head and kick it as a ball. Bigmom said angrily. Ah, Perospero exclaimed in fright when he heard this decision. That's the god of thunder. Mom, can you hit me? You can't even defeat Kaido, but you still want to go to war with the god of thunder who killed Kaido. No shame. Mom, should we think about it carefully? After all, this is a war between emperors. Perospero advised tactfully. Bigmom grabbed Perospero by the neck and lifted him into the air, not caring that he was his own child. You mean I can't beat that thunder brat? Ahem. Mom, I definitely didn't mean this. Please let me go. Mom, he is right. We cannot easily go to war with the god of thunder. We must be fully prepared. Katakuri, wearing a long scarf and covering his entire mouth, walked in from the door and said calmly, explain. Do you also think I can't beat Thor? Bigmom looked at Katakuri angrily. No, Mom, I didn't mean that. What I meant was that we must use all our strength to defeat the god of thunder. Katakuri remained calm and composed on the surface, but a trace of cold sweat could not help but form on his forehead. Bigmom will not show mercy to his children and will kill them anyway. The entire Bigmom pirate group is full of fear of Bigmom. The entire world is maintained through such twisted kinship and the fear of Bigmom. You're right, let that little thunder and lightning kid live a few more days. Bigmom instantly beamed and put Perospero back on the ground. Perospero, go down and get ready now. This time, I'm going to take off that damn brat's head with my own hands. Ahem. Yes, Mom. Perospero did not dare to disobey anymore and hurriedly went down. Katakuri's eyes glowed red when he saw this scene. I saw. Future. Single quote. Chapter 190 Goodbye Vivi. Unveiling Tim Walls. The inspiring story of his family. More. 224. 56. 75. After sailing in the sky for 2 days, the Thor approached the waters of Alabasta. I'm finally going to visit Vivi, I'm so looking forward to it. Nami said excitedly. Although the Sky Shadow Pirates and Vivi have only been together for a few days, everyone has already established a deep relationship. Yes, I still remember the last time we played a game, Vivi lost to us, and then she went to kiss the idiot captain. Ha ha ha, Perona laughed heartlessly. The words he said instantly brought the atmosphere on the ship to freezing point. Nami and Robin's expressions became unnatural. At that time, Vivi was asked to kiss Amber. They were also involved. After all, they and Amber had not yet established a relationship at that time. Thinking about it now, didn't this add a love rival to themselves? And even a fool can see Vivi's affection for that playboy. Girls are all jealous, and they definitely hope that their lovers can pamper only them, but who let them meet Amber, this love-minded carrot, who flirts with women everywhere. Anyway, I have given everything to this playboy, and I can't do without him, so I can only let him. Amber's face turned dark instantly. Idiot Perona can't speak, so just stop talking, okay? He was already thinking about finding excuses to hit her on the head a few more times. Ahem. Amber pretended to cough to break the awkward atmosphere. Because Alabasta is a member of the world government, in order not to cause trouble to Vivi's country, we cannot enter openly, so the Thor cannot be driven in. We will park the ship in a hidden place later, and everyone will dress up. Enter quietly. You said you were discovered by Marine. Amber's inner network is now fully opened, enough to cover the entire capital of Alabasta, and can completely avoid Marine. This is the first half of the Grand Line, which is relatively stable. Marine will not station too many troops here, and the strongest person in the Marine branch here is just a Rear Admiral. Then everyone stopped the Thor in a hidden cave and dressed according to Alabasta customs to disguise themselves as locals. There is no second human male on board besides Amber. The girls put on Alabasta costumes, which was a feast for Amber's eyes. The sexy beauty of Nami and Yamato. The strange beauty of Reiju and Perona. The intellectual beauty of Canis and Robin. Baby 5 made temptation. Oroja and Osier had no ability to protect themselves, so they simply stayed on the ship. Amber also gave them the phone bug for contact, so that they could call Amber when they encountered an emergency. Amber could teleport directly. Return. In fact, this is just a comfort to their hearts. No one can break through Amber's mental network perception, not even Kizaru's speed. As for the red-haired so-called killer, Amber, I don't know. After all, Amber's inner network is not simply the color of sight, but the combination of color and thunder and electromagnetic field. ... Princess Vivi, wait for me, where are you going? Ikaram shouted anxiously to Princess Vivi, who was running quickly in front of her. Vivi didn't answer, but ran towards the dock. A strange white paper in her hand kept pointing to the location of the dock. That is Amber's life paper, which Amber gave to Vivi when she and Vivi were separated last time. It was only when Vivi saw the abnormality in the paper of life that she concluded that the members of the Sky Shadow Pirates were back. Soon, Vivi walked through most of the market and arrived at the dock, but she didn't find the familiar steel ship, and she couldn't help but feel frustrated. It seems that I have overthought it. They are now the 4 emperors who rule the world, and they may have forgotten me a long time ago, Vivi said in frustration. Although Vivi is the princess of Alabasta, and Alabasta is also a big country, this world is dominated by strength, and the status of 4 emperors is much more useful than the status of any princess. When the pirates hear that you are a princess or prince from a certain country, they will only tie you up and hold you for ransom. But if they hear that you are related to the most brutal Thor of the 4 emperors, they will treat you like a master. It is the consensus of all pirates that they would rather be caught by Marine than provoke the 4 emperors Thor. Provoking Marine may also put you in impel down. If you offend Thor, not only will you be cut to pieces, but everyone who has anything to do with you will also be arrested and tortured. Princess Vivi, hoo-ha, you finally stopped. Ikaram gasped from behind. What exactly are you looking for? Nothing. Let's go back. Vivi shook her head and smiled bitterly. Just as the two were about to turn around and leave, several figures suddenly stood in front of them. Who are you? What do you want to do? This is Alabasta. If you act recklessly, the king's army will not let you go. Ikaram stood in front of Vivi and threatened. Don't be nervous, we don't mean any harm. Came a familiar voice to Vivi. Wait a minute, Ikaram, are you? Hearing this haunting voice, Vivi's eyes instantly filled with tears and she quickly stopped Ikaram. Yo, Vivi, long time no see. Amber took off the hood on her head and smiled. Amber, it's really you. Vivi said excitedly. There are us, Vivi. Nami pulled back her hood and smiled. Haven't seen you for a long time. Everyone. Vivi lost her voice. 4 emperors Thor, it's actually you. Ikaram still stood in front of Vivi and did not relax just because he got to know Amber and others. They are the enemies of the world government, and Vivi is the princess of the participating country. The two are originally on opposite sides. Ikaram, don't worry, they won't hurt me. Vivi waved Ikaram back. Yes, although Ikaram was very reluctant, he could not disobey the princess's order, so he had no choice but to step aside. Are you here to see me? Vivi walked up to everyone and said softly. Of course, after all we have agreed. Amber smiled. Thank you all. After saying that, in everyone's shocked eyes, Vivi suddenly threw herself into Amber's arms. Princess Vivi. Ikaram opened his mouth in shock. There was nothing special about the others, except that the eyes of Nami and Robin became subtle. Vivi, what are you doing? Sorry, I'm just a little excited to see everyone again. Vivi wiped the tears from her eyes and smiled. Since everyone came here to see me, I, as the host, will entertain everyone. Vivi, it's up to you. Chapter 191 Commitment. Amber and her team are pirates, so of course it is impossible to invite everyone to the palace. There are many people in the palace, and if the news leaks out, Alabasta, who is in the first half of the Grand Line, may even receive a buster call that will destroy everything. The world government has never been merciful in this regard. As long as it is detrimental to their rule, everything will be obliterated. So Vivi took everyone to the hotel that once hosted the Straw Hat Pirates. Amber and others are now in disguise, and no one can discover their identities. Even if someone from the hotel finds out and wants to report them, dazzling thunder will come down from the sky and chop him into charcoal. What is this called? This makes God look down on whistleblowers. Amber said she has absolutely nothing to do with me. Everyone is really amazing. In just half a year, we defeated the legendary 4 emperors and became the 4 emperors group. Vivi said with a smile. Ha ha ha, Vivi, you don't know, we are super powerful now. Nami said with a smile. Yes, especially the idiot captain. Even the strongest Whitebeard in the world was defeated by him. Quote. Everyone chatted happily. Nami and others told Vivi the interesting things that happened during the adventure. Vivi talks about her life as a princess after returning to the palace. Soon, food and wine were served in the hotel, and everyone was eating and drinking happily. Several hours passed quickly, and everyone couldn't help but feel a little drunk in the joy. Princess Vivi, please stop drinking. Ikaram advised, looking at Vivi, who was already red in the face. No, I want to drink. I am the princess. The drunk Vivi is completely different from the usually elegant Vivi. When drunk, her wild and naughty side is exposed. Just like those little black guys, sooner or later their chicken feet will be exposed one day, but we Reuniting will not. Center parted hair. Overalls. I am Icon. Remember, ahem, it's a crossover. You should also give some advice to Princess Vivi. Ikaram asked everyone for help. Uncle, Vivi has been suppressing herself because of her status as a princess. She finally indulged once today, so you can help her. Perona said with a smile. But, don't worry, we are the Four Emperors group, are you still worried about any accidents? Okay. Ikaram also understood that Princess Vivi had a lively nature and a desire for adventure in her heart, but the responsibilities of the princess and the country had always been on her shoulders, causing her to keep suppressing herself. Amber. Vivi suddenly called Amber's name. Quote question mark question mark question mark. Vivi, what can you do? Amber's face was full of questions. I have something important to say to you. You say. After we were separated last time, we haven't been able to see each other until now. I don't know when we will meet again next time, so I must say this time. I like you, Nani. Everyone was instantly shocked by Vivi's shocking remarks. Although they could see Vivi's feelings for Amber, they didn't expect Vivi to be so bold and say it directly. While everyone was stunned, Vivi suddenly pushed Amber down, then boldly rushed up and started to nibble on it. Oh my god, Princess Vivi. Quote. After a commotion, Nami and others took the drunk Vivi back to the room to rest. Perona, why did Vivi kiss Amber? Chopper asked Perona next to her. Because Vivi likes Amber. What is liking? Probably. I always want to be with someone. Then I like everyone too. Chopper said innocently. I didn't expect Princess Vivi to like you. Ikaram said coldly, staring closely at Amber. Amber could only shrug helplessly. Thinking back to Vivi's kiss just now. What a hot girl. Of course he could avoid it just now, but why should he avoid it? Since he has determined that his goal is to become the harem king, then let's move forward firmly towards his goal. And for the girl Vivi, Amber also likes her very much. Vivi's bravery, strength, determination, responsibility, and compassion all attracted Amber deeply. Of course, if Amber can see these beautiful qualities in her, Vivi is a beauty that makes people's hearts beat. If she meets the fat woman Luffy met when she went to sea and hasn't eaten the slippery fruit yet, Amber won't have to look at quality. Time soon came to the next day. Ah, I slept so comfortably. Vivi got up and stretched. Looking up, she saw other girls gathered around her bedside staring at her closely. What's wrong with you guys? Vivi said nervously. Vivi, don't you remember what happened last night? Nami said speechlessly. What's going on? Vivi had a question mark on her face. Then the incident of confessing his love to Amber and forcefully kissing him last night suddenly came to mind, and his face turned red instantly. It's over, it's so embarrassing. I actually did such a shameful thing last night. Single quote. What will people think of me? Do you think I am a casual person? Single quote. What will Amber think of me? She won't hate me. Single quote. Thinking that Amber might hate herself, Vivi's cheeks that were rosy just now turned pale instantly. I'm sorry, Vivi hesitated and couldn't speak. You're not worried that the stupid captain hates you, are you? How is that possible? That stupid captain is a playboy. It's too late for him to be happy now. Perona laughed. After hearing Perona's words, Vivi dared to raise her head. Really? As a princess, Vivi naturally cannot leave the palace for too long, even if she is accompanied by Ikaram. As time goes by, Cobra will inevitably have the royal army come out to look for Vivi, so Vivi will go back the next day. Amber and others are also preparing to set off again. Vivi has been avoiding Amber since she woke up. It wasn't until everyone was about to set off that she mustered up the courage to run in front of Amber. Amber, what's wrong? Amber smiled. I'm very sorry about last night. I've never been drunk before. I didn't know I would look like that when I was drunk. Vivi said with a blushing face. Amber slowly approached Vivi. Vivi stood tremblingly like a frightened little rabbit. Vivi, actually I could avoid it yesterday, but I didn't. Do you know why? Why? Because I like you too. After hearing Amber's confession, Vivi instantly collapsed in Amber's arms. Looking at Vivi's seductive lips, Amber naturally nibbled on them without hesitation. It took a while before the two separated. Vivi, wait for me, I will come back to you in up to 3 years. The preparations are almost complete now. Amber is planning to declare war on the world government within 3 years. After the world government is completely overthrown, there will be no so-called joining countries, and there will be no need to hand over expensive, heavenly gold. The entire world will be treated equally, and races such as fishmen, humans, and giants will all live in peace. Except for the disgusting race of celestial dragons. Chapter 192 Return to Sky Island and Enel. After leaving Alabasta, Amber and others set out again. Amber, where are we going next? Nami asked Amber while holding the navigation chart. Before Amber could answer, Canis, the usually quiet little cook, suddenly spoke up. Everyone's attention was instantly attracted by Canis's words. Quote. Canis hesitated and couldn't speak. Canis, if you have anything to say, just say it. We are partners. Amber smiled. Yes, Canis, what's wrong with you today? Nami put her arm around Canis's shoulders and smiled. I wonder, since we are flying in the sky now, can we go back to Sky Island? I miss my father a little bit. Canis mustered up the courage to speak out. Of course. Our next stop is Sky Island. To be honest, I really miss Uncle's food. Amber smiled. Sky Island. That magical place, I'm looking forward to going there again. Nami smiled. Yeah, I'm also looking forward to studying the historical text of Sky Island. Robin said seriously. The XX on Sky Island are very suitable for medicinal materials. This time I want to collect a big bag, and the last collection has been used up. Chopper said, waving his short hand. Quote. Everyone showed great interest in going to Sky Island. Quote. Thank you everyone. Canis looked at everyone and murmured softly. After positioning the target as Sky Island, under Nami's instructions, the Thor flew towards the location of Sky Island at high speed. Because we went there last time, the magnetic field of Sky Island has been stored in the record pointer. In addition, the Thor can fly, so we can just fly directly to Sky Island. After a day's flight, the Thor finally arrived near Sky Island. Look, that cloud. Nami put down the navigation chart in his hand, pointed at the clouds in the distance and shouted. Looks like we've arrived. Amber smiled. That's right. This is Sky Island. I'm finally back, Canis said excitedly. Following the familiar road, the Thor came to the entrance of Sky Island, the gate of heaven. There is still the old woman named Amazon at the door. Amazon soon discovered this strange ship, and immediately realized that it was another guy from Shanghai, and hurriedly came out to kill people. No matter where you are from, if you want to go to the upper levels, you must pay an entry fee. Each of you has to pay 1 billion IK. You are, Canis. Amazon was just halfway through speaking when he saw Canis doubted. Mother-in-law, long time no see. Canis greeted politely. Canis, didn't you go on an adventure with those pirates from Shanghai? What? We were passing by here and came back by the way to let Canis visit her father. Amber stood up and explained. You are, oh my god, Lord Amber, I was so rude just now, please forgive me. Quote. Amber looked confused. Why did you call me Lord Amber? This was not the case the last time I came here, and Amber did not resolve the centuries-old dispute between the Sky Island natives and the Sandians like Luffy did. Because of the system, Enel, the big boss of Sky Island, lost Thunder Fruit. Naturally, a series of things that happened later did not happen. Without the big boss, Amber felt bored, so she speedrun it directly. He also beat up those Sandians severely. Everyone was also very strange. After Amazon's narration, everyone understood the whole story. Although Amber did not care about the conflicts between the two tribes, Amber rang the golden bell representing hope and friendship. In the ancient legends of the two tribes, the golden bell is rung to signify the end of the war. So shortly after Amber and others left, the Sky Islanders and Sandians reached a reconciliation, lived in peace, and jointly protected the safety of Sky Island. Amber, who rings the golden bell, naturally becomes the object of worship for both tribes, and is called the messenger of peace. Single quote. I didn't expect that the stupid captain accidentally did a good thing. Perona laughed. I didn't know it was such a fantasy. At that time, my goal was just the gold on Sky Island and the historical texts. I didn't want to interfere in their war. This is considered unintentional. Amber sighed. As a noble of Sky Island, Amber naturally did not have to pay the so-called entry fee, and the Thor sailed directly into Sky Island. Amazon secretly informed the entire island of Amber's arrival. Amber's arrival caused a great stir. The leaders of the Sky Island people and the Sandian people came to greet Amber with their tribesmen. Messenger of peace. The man of hope. Great Lord Amber. Everyone shouted Amber's name excitedly, welcoming the arrival of the Sky Shadow Pirates. Wow, I have never experienced such a scene and been welcomed with such enthusiasm. Perona said in surprise. We are pirates. Wherever people would welcome pirates. Nami said with a smile. This is still in the glory of our captain. Robin said with a smile. Amber is the hero here. Is this how a hero is treated? Yamato said excitedly. Although under Amber's training, Yamato has gradually realized that he only needs to be himself and does not need to be the so-called Odin. His inner worship of heroes has become stronger. The leader of the Sandians, War Ghost Weber, led several of his men to the front of the crowd. Lord Amber, we offended you a lot last time, please forgive me. War Ghost Weber said respectfully. His attitude was very humble, which made Amber, a person with a face thicker than a city wall, blush a little. The last Sandian attack on Amber and others did not cause any damage. Instead, Amber's thunderbolt electrocuted most of the Sandian people to the ground. It's okay. Amber shook her hand indifferently. Then he declined the invitations from the leaders of the Sky Islanders and Sandians, and drove the Thor to Canis's home. As soon as Canis got home, he couldn't wait to run over. Father, Canis shouted. Who? Canis. The uncle who heard Canis's voice in the house ran out. Canis, it's really you. I thought I was dreaming. I'm very sorry, father, I just came back to see you now. Didn't you go on an adventure with Lord Amber? Why did you come back? The uncle asked in confusion. We were passing by, Canis explained briefly. I see. In that case, let me entertain you. The uncle smiled. That's troublesome, uncle. To be honest, I quite miss uncle's food. Then everyone temporarily stayed at the uncle's house. In order to allow Canis to spend enough time with his father, everyone planned to stay on Sky Island for 3 days. The new things on Sky Island make Corona, Yamato and other people who have never been on Sky Island feel very novel and have a great time. The girls all went to play, and Amber, who was bored, also wandered around Sky Island. While learning about the customs and habits here, she also bought some Sky Island specialties, various magical shellfish, so she came to Burka, which is rich in shellfish. Hello, where can I buy clams here? Amber asked a local Sky Island resident. Go away, don't block me. Oh my god, you are the Amber who came here 2 days ago. The Sky Island person who was asked was originally impatient and wanted to drive people away. After seeing Amber's appearance, immediately became enthusiastic. Well, it's me, Mr. Amber, if you need anything, I will try my best to complete it. Amber had to repeat herself. Mr. Amber, if you want to find shellfish, you can go to XX Street. The east half of that street is full of shellfish shops. As for inventions, there is only a guy named Enel who invents some messy things. He talks all day long. I want to go to the infinite land. That's nonsense, his home is also on XX Street, and the house number 13 is him. The people from Sky Island patiently answered Amber's question. Enel, unexpectedly, even without Thunder Fruit, he still didn't give up the idea of going to the infinite land. What a perseverance, Amber thought to herself. The so-called infinite Earth is actually the moon in the sky. It can be said that Enel is one of the few people in the One Piece world who has the spirit of exploration. In the original book, Enel built an ark and used lightning as energy, which actually allowed him to run to the moon and discover the moon people. But he has no chance in this life, because the Thunder Fruit was snatched away by Amber, a shameless person. Chapter 193 Big Mom Pirates Declaration of War. Selena Gomez posts powerful bikini then and now. More. 359. 90. 120. Enel's talent seems pretty good. Should we pull him on board? Single quote. Amber thought to herself, but quickly gave up. How old is Enel now, and how much time does it take to start practicing? After all, Amber has decided to declare war on the world government within 3 years, but there is not much time to train him. If you set the settings too high for him, someone in the void will scold you, do you understand? A sidekick improves faster than the protagonist. You write shitty novels. Amber didn't have any fruit for him to eat. If you want to blame him, just blame him for appearing too late. Someone complained in the comments that Enel's whereabouts were not explained, so let me explain it now. As for Kaido's blue dragon fruit and Blackbeard's dark fruit. As early as a year ago, Amber found 2 powerful and loyal subordinates, both of whom were characters who had not appeared in the original work. One of them is called Fei Ying and the other is Shadow. They are twins. The elder brother Hiei is ruthless, and the younger brother Shadow is honest and honest. Before eating the fruit, his strength has reached the Shichibukai level of 7 stars or above, and they are both loyal to Amber. So Amber gave them 2 powerful fruits so that they could improve their combat power and become Amber's sharpest knife to overthrow the world in the future. When Amber left Wano Kuni, their combat power had reached 8.5 stars, infinitely approaching the legendary combat power threshold of 9 stars. In XX Street, Amber bought a lot of interesting shellfish before returning to the Thor with satisfaction. The girls also came back. Amber, it's so interesting here. There are so many interesting things I haven't seen before. Yamato said excitedly. Yes, the food here is also very delicious. Perona held a marshmallow-like food in her hand. Even Reiju, who always likes to have a cold face, smiled at this time. It seems like staying with this guy isn't too bad. Reiju thought to himself. Look, everyone, this is the jet cup my dad bought for me. It can blow someone away in an instant. Let me show you a demonstration. Oroja pointed the jet cup at his dad. Poof. Aussie air was instantly blown away and fell over. Ha ha ha. Others were not so excited. After all, they had been here last time and had already visited the places they should visit. Now it would be good to visit again. New World, the territory of the BIGMOM pirates, Cake Island. Under the orders of BIGMOM, the eldest son Perospero summoned all the combat forces of the BIGMOM pirates, including the most powerful, 4 desert generals, back to Cake Island. Perospero, why did mother summon us back? Smoothie, the only woman among the 4 desert generals, asked with long legs. Mom will make the announcement in person later. I advise you to be mentally prepared. Perospero said calmly. Katakuri stood next to him without saying a word, with a solemn expression. He was a good brother who loved and protected his younger brothers and sisters, but when the war broke out next, he was no longer sure that he could protect them. Thor, it's really terrible. Amidst the noise, BIGMOM, who is nearly 6 meters tall and has a cystic body, slowly came out of the castle. With an angry expression, the terrifying conquerors vented to his heart's content, like a devil from hell, which made everyone present breathless. I called you back this time because I decided to start a war with the Sky Shadow Pirates. What? BIGMOM's words instantly shocked everyone present. A fight with the monster that killed Kaido. That monster sank the Marine headquarters in the presence of many Marine masters. There are rumors that even Whitebeard. Mom, do we need to think about it again? After all, Thor and Whitebeard have reached an alliance. Cracker, one of the 4 desert generals, asked under the pressure of BIGMOM. There is no need to worry about this. With Thor's arrogance, he will never let Whitebeard support him. Perospero Kaido. In other words, is this a battle between our BIGMOM pirates and the Sky Shadow Pirates? Snag, the last 4 desert generals, frowned. Mom, after all, this matter has a lot to do with us. Shut up. BIGMOM's terrifying conquerors instantly swept over the entire audience. Snag, who was about to speak just now, closed his mouth in a hurry. That damn Thunder Kid has repeatedly provoked me. I must kill him. Kill him. As my children, you should fight for me. Although BIGMOM and Kaido are often hostile, after all, they are partners who have known each other on the Rock's ship. They have been friends for nearly half their lives. How can BIGMOM not be angry when Thor kills Kaido? In addition, the pirate groups under the Sky Shadow Pirates always invaded the territory of the BIGMOM pirates in the name of Thor. After BIGMOM gave in for the first time, they became more convinced that BIGMOM was afraid of Thor, and became even more unscrupulous. Under various factors, the furious BIGMOM decided to go to war against the Sky Shadow Pirates. Another horrific war will take place in this sea. Chapter 194 The decisive battle between the two royal groups 1. The junction of the territories of the Sky Shadow Pirates and the BIGMOM pirates. A group of pirates planted the pirate flag of the Sky Shadow Pirates on an island that originally belonged to the BIGMOM pirates. Ha ha ha, what are the 4 emperors BIGMOM? Those who are timid, only the Thor boss is the strongest. That's right, although the theory of 4 emperors is still circulating in the sea, anyone with a discerning eye can see which one is the strongest. The Whitebeard pirates have already formed an alliance with our boss Thor, and the Red Hair pirates don't pay much attention to their territory. Only the BIGMOM pirates are left. Boss Thor will one day become the only king in this sea, the Pirate King. This group of pirates all admired Thor after he defeated Kaido, and thus voluntarily joined the Sky Shadow Pirates. While the pirates were laughing and chatting, several ships suddenly came from a distance. Look, whose ships are those? Okay, it seems to be the ship of the BIGMOM pirates. No, it's impossible, are they here to deal with us? Behind us is the boss of the Thunder God of the strongest 4 emperors. How dare they? Soon those ships surrounded the pirates' ship. Leading the fleet is none other than Cracker, one of the 4 desert generals. Young men, set up artillery for me and attack. Following Cracker's order, his men fired one after another. Bang, boom, the cannonball hit the pirate ship accurately. Oh my god, they're really here, hurry up and break out. Spread the word. The surrounded pirates took up weapons and tried to break out. Want to run? Cracker sneered, and then put his hand on the boat, instantly condensing a dozen tall biscuit soldiers. The biscuit soldier jumped onto the surrounded pirate ship holding a long sword and began a massacre. Ah, help, run quickly, don't look back, you can run as fast as you can. Soon all the pirates on the ship were slaughtered by the cookie soldiers. We move towards the next target, the shadow pirates must pay the price. Surrounded by the cookie soldiers, Cracker said sinisterly. Soon, not only was the island originally belonging to the BIGMOM pirates taken back by Cracker, but they even invaded the island of the Sky Shadow Pirates in reverse. New World, the base of the Sky Shadow Pirates, Wano-kuni, the general's mansion. Luo was dealing with documents as usual. Since the captain left, Luo had taken over Wano-kuni's affairs, large and small. Although usually he and Kazuki Hiyori were responsible for it when the captain was around. Master Luo, the food output in Area XX is not enough recently, I suggest you transfer from the area next door. Kazuki Hiyori next to him asked holding a document. Although the two are nominally of the same level, Kazuki Hiyori is a descendant of the Kazuki family after all, and has a natural claim to Wano-kuni. How can Amber trust her to give power to her? Most of the decision-making power was placed in Luo's hands. In that case, let's do it this way. Luo nodded. Just then, the phone suddenly rang. Brew. I'm Trafalgar Law, what's going on? Luo asked, picking up the phone. Report, Mr. Luo, the BIGMOM pirates have launched an attack on our island, came a horrified reply from the other side. What? Luo stood up immediately in shock. Master Luo, please send someone to support as soon as possible. Our people are almost killed by the BIGMOM pirates. Okay, I see. Quote. After understanding the situation, Luo put down the phone and summoned all the senior combat forces of the Sky Shadow Pirates with a serious look on his face to start an emergency meeting. Because Luo used the name Amber, even a proud man like Ryder had to obey orders. In a large conference room, sitting were all the high-end combat power of the Sky Shadow Pirates, including Redfield, Yishao, Zoro, Shiryu of Rain, Jin. Fei Ying and Shadow did not appear. They were like secret weapons. When the enemy relaxed their vigilance, they would take the opportunity to kill them with one strike. Little Ghost Luo, why did you call us here? If there is nothing important, I won't give up. Even if the God of Thunder comes back, don't try to stop me. Ryder said with a bad look on his face. How proud he was before. He couldn't defeat the Thunder and Lightning Kid, so he just obeyed his orders. Now he actually had to listen to the orders of a weak and pitiful kid, which naturally made him very unhappy. Luo didn't pay attention to Ryder's words, but said with a serious face. The BIGMOM pirates have launched a war against us. What? Everyone present was shocked instantly. Although I had already guessed that there would be a battle with them, I didn't expect that it would come so soon. Yishao said with a frown. I can finally kill happily again. I always kill the weak and lack the blood of the strong. My knife is almost rusty. Shiryu of the Rain said with a gloomy smile. Although after joining the Sky Shadow Pirates, he was entrusted by the God of Thunder with the important task of serving as Anbu's second in command. He could kill pirates with ease, but Shiryu of the Rain still longed to nourish the demon sword Leiyu with the blood of a strong man. I wonder if they have any strong swordsmen there. Zoro said with fighting spirit. The team has powerful swordsman Ryder, Yishao, and Shiryu of the Rain. He has challenged them many times, winning and losing. Now he is eager to fight new opponents, otherwise he would not face Golden Lion as soon as they meet. Quote. Jin crossed his hands and said nothing. He did not regard himself as a member of the Sky Shadow Pirates. He had only been working for Thor for 3 years, and there were still 2 years left. Charlotte Linlin, she's the woman on the Rocks ship. I'm enough to deal with her on my own. Ryder said confidently. This is not to say that Ryder is arrogant. After regaining his youth, his strength has fully reached the level of the past. Winning a 9-star BIGMOM is really not a problem. But it will definitely take a few days and nights. Except for the Thunder Brat, he was confident that he would not lose to anyone in terms of combat power, even Whitebeard who was now rejuvenated. Quote. Others expressed their opinions. As for how to decide this matter, I need to report it to the captain. Luo said. Don't go to such trouble. If we attack now, we can completely defeat them within 3 days. Ryder frowned. I must report such a major matter to the captain. Luo insisted. HMPH. Whatever you want. Ryder snorted coldly and walked away. Chapter 195 The decisive battle between the two royal groups 2. Sky Island. Amber and others have been on Sky Island for 3 days and are preparing to leave. Father, I'm leaving, please take care of yourself. Connus said goodbye. Go. As long as Mr. Amber is here, I don't have to worry. The uncle waved his hand freely. Quote. Amber, where are we going next? To the Fishman Island. Nami asked. Well, let's go to the Fishman Island. I promised to see Shirahoshi last time. Amber smiled. Brew. When Amber was about to make a decision, the phone suddenly rang. Amber took out the phone bug, which turned into an image with a hat and a beard. It was Luo. Hey, long time no see, Luo. Amber waved. Captain, something very important has happened. The Big Mom pirates have launched a war against us. Luo said seriously. What? Everyone on the boat was shocked. How could it be so sudden? Perona exclaimed. It seems we have to end the trip early. Nami said regretfully. As this, another fight? Yamato said excitedly. Oh, are the peaceful days coming to an end? It's really hard to let go. Robin said sadly. Quote. Captain, what should we do next? Since the other side has started a war, what do we have to hesitate? Of course we have to fight back. No, now is an opportunity to completely destroy the BIGMOM pirates. As long as BIGMOM is defeated, this sea area is basically ours. After all, I just don't know about red hair. Forget it, let's solve the immediate matter first. Nami, if we fly at full speed, how many days will it take to get back to Wano-kuni? Amber asked Nami. Let's see, based on the wind direction and speed, if we fly at full speed, we can return to Wano-kuni in about 1 day. Nami Kaido. In that case, Luo, just shrink your defenses and wait until I come back. I won't give up such a good opponent to anyone else. Amber said with a smile. I understand, Captain. Luo Kaido. By the way, Captain, we are in alliance with Whitebeard. Do we need to ask for help from the Whitebeard pirates? It's really embarrassing to deal with a BIGMOM pirate group and ask for help. Even the BIGMOM pirate group can't handle it, let alone the world government. Then Amber hung up the phone. Everyone boarded the Thor, and under Nami's guidance, the Thor flew towards Wano-kuni as fast as a bolt of lightning. In the middle, Amber also saw islands floating in the clouds high in the sky. Golden Lion, this old Biden is really a turtle. New Marine headquarters. Bang bang bang. Come in. What's the matter? Aokiji asked. Reporting to the Marshal, according to the feedback from our undercover agents deployed in the BIGMOM pirates, the BIGMOM pirates have launched a war against the Sky Shadow pirates. The soldier took out a piece of information and read it. What? Aokiji stood up in shock. Isn't it predicted that there will only be small-scale conflicts? Why is there a full-scale war now? Aokiji frowned. Then Aokiji held a high-level meeting of Marine. Except for the Marine hero Garp who clearly announced his retirement and was not present, Sengoku who retired from the position of Marshal, Vice Admiral Suru, current Marine 3 Admiral Akainu, Kizaru, Green Bull, and Admiral Substitute Momosugi. Wait for all Marine senior management to arrive. Big MOM and Thor are at war. Aokiji said this seriously. This is to be expected. Among the 4 emperors, Thor has friendship with Red Hair and Whitebeard. Only BIGMOM and Thor are completely hostile. But I didn't expect that BIGMOM would make the first move. I thought it would be Thor who took the initiative. Attack Big MOM. Crane Vice Admiral said. Big MOM is now the weakest link in the 4 Emperors structure. If Thor completely defeats her, the 4 Emperors structure that has lasted for decades will completely collapse. If Thor gathers the power of the entire new world, Thor will then fight with the world government as divided. Sengoku said solemnly. Then, are we going to send troops to intervene? Green Bull, who had just become Marine Admiral, said. Of course, we have to send troops immediately to catch all those damn pirates. Akainu said coldly. He hated the god of thunder so much now that he wished he could melt the god of thunder into ashes. It was all because of the god of thunder that he missed the chance to become the marshal. Unfortunately, the decision-making power is not with us, but with the higher-ups. Holy Land Mariajoy, the room where the five elders meet. Marines have gotten the news, and the world government, which has better intelligence capabilities, must also have gotten the news. What should we do now? Can't be IGMOM, this be *********D, just be her four emperors. Doesn't she know her own strength? She is a scum compared to Thor, and she wants to die. It's okay for her to seek death, but the structure we have worked so hard to build will completely collapse. The four emperors pattern broke down the moment Thor and Whitebeard announced their alliance. Now it's just hanging on. It's only a matter of time before it collapses completely. We must not let Thor successfully annex the BIGMOM pirates, otherwise the consequences will be unimaginable. Then send Marine to stop them. How to stop it? Don't look at Whitebeard's lack of reaction now. Once Marine goes to the new world, Whitebeard will definitely not sit idly by, and the red-haired person is erratic. It's useless to discuss it for so long. In the end, we can only watch. The grumpy bald five elders yelled. Can we just sit back and wait for death this time? Crescent Bear five elders frowned. In that case, let Aokiji lead Marine's advanced combat power and 50,000 elite Marines to the new world to wait for an opportunity. New world, Whitebeard pirates, Moby DK. Dad, BIGMOM and Thor are at war, are we going to support them? Marco asked. As the four emperors, the Whitebeard pirates naturally have their own intelligence channels. Although we are allies, since Thor has not asked for help, let's just wait and see. Whitebeard lowered his head and thought about Kaido for a while. For such a major incident, the world government will definitely take action, and our goal is to keep an eye on them. Yes, Dad. New World XX Island, New World Economic News Agency. Ever since he disobeyed the world government's order and released the news that Thor defeated Kaido, in order to avoid the world government's pursuit, President Morgans moved his team here. Although New World is a paradise for pirates, one must be polite to the legendary News King, in both black and white terms. As the News King, Morgans naturally also received the news of the war between BIGMOM and Thor. Big news. Big news. Morgans shouted. Chapter 196 The War Between Two Imperial Regiments 3. Selena Gomez posts powerful bikini then and now. More. 752. 188. 251. The Thor flew at full speed and rushed back to Wano-kuni from Sky Island in just one day. There is no time to see Shirahoshi, which still makes Amber very regretful. As for what she regrets, it is a matter of opinion. Bang! The Thor slammed into the sea near Wano-kuni. On the shore was Luo, who had already received the news and came to greet him. Captain, you are finally back. Luo said excitedly. How is the war going now? Amber asked. We have evacuated all the people on the islands close to the BIGMOM pirate group's territory, and there are no more casualties so far. Very well, let's go to the conference room. Yes, Captain. The two of them walked quickly to the conference room, where all the high-end combat power of the Sky Shadow pirates were waiting here. Great, Amber is finally back, we can launch a counterattack. I can't wait to show the BIGMOM pirates some color. Hurry up and attack, my sword is already thirsty. Amber walked to the main seat and sat down. First of all, thank you very much for everyone's hard work during the 2 months I was away. Although I don't know why the BIGMOM pirates attacked us, but since the enemy has taken action, we don't need to be merciful. I decided this time not only to repel the BIGMOM pirates, but to completely defeat and annex them. The four emperors have existed in this sea for too long. It's time to compete for a king. After hearing Amber's words, the people present instantly became excited. Have we finally reached this point? The only king of the sea. Back then, Roger only completed the Great Passage and became the titular pirate king. Ryder said. As the world where everyone is equal as the captain said coming soon. Yishao murmured. The only king. Ha ha ha, the ambition of ultimate is really crazy. It seems I made the right choice when I chose to betray world government and join here. Shiryu of Rain said gloomily. Since it is the captain's ambition, how can I not support it as a crew member? Zoro smiled lightly. Quote. Now that the combat target has been decided, let's talk about the combat plan. Luo. Yes, Captain. Luo opened an image bug. The combat power of our base is far inferior to that of the BIGMOM pirates, which has been developing for a long time, so large-scale battlefields are very detrimental to us. But we also have an advantage, that is, our high-end combat power far exceeds the high-end combat power of the BIGMOM pirates. The high-end combat power of the BIGMOM pirates mainly includes Captain BIGMOM and his 4 desert generals. Luo briefly introduced the information of the members of the BIGMOM pirates. Quote. And our captain alone can deal with more than 4 legendary combat powers, and Mr. Yishao and Mr. Ryder also have combat power that is not inferior to the 4 emperors. So, we should take advantage of our own advantages and directly implement beheading tactics and raid the Cake Island, the headquarters of the BIGMOM pirates. As long as BIGMOM is killed, the nations that rely on BIGMOM will naturally fall apart. By then, we can easily absorb the entire BIGMOMC. Thieves, we have the Flying Thunder God, which meets our combat needs very well. Luo said a lot. The more Amber heard, the more something was wrong. Wasn't this the tactic he used against Kaido? In the end, a plan was made, which was probably that one high-end combat force would delay on the front line, while the other group would directly board the Thor to carry out beheading tactics on BIGMOM. Amber pulled Ryder, Nami, Zoro and Yamato. The front line was given to Luo's command, with Yishao in charge, and Jin, Yuji Shiryu and others assisting. New World, BIGMOM Pirates, Cake Island. Mom, I have led my troops to snatch back all the islands that belong to us, and I have also occupied the frontline islands of the Sky Shadow Pirates. Cracker reported while kneeling on the ground. Well, that's good. Is there any action from Lei Shen's side? The Sky Shadow Pirates evacuated all the people from their frontline islands. Perospero held up a piece of information. Kaido. They must be afraid of us, they deserve it. This is what will happen if you provoke our BIGMOM pirates. Kaido Monda next to him. Yes, Mom is the strongest emperor. Cavalet said. Thor, Whitebeard, they are all scum in front of my mother. Sooner or later, Mom will surpass Roger and become the Pirate King. As he talked, the scene turned into a praising conference for BIGMOM. Well, I am the strongest. Auntie shouted, seeming to be immersed in the praise. Only Katakuri next to him still had a calm expression, and the uneasiness in his heart became more and more serious. People who have mastered their knowledge to the ultimate level will always have a vague premonition about the future. This is a long time in the future, not a few seconds in the future. A full-scale attack. World government is serious this time. Aokiji frowned after receiving the order from 5 elders. It should have been like this a long time ago. There shouldn't be any hesitation about those damn pirates. What about the 4 emperors and the Pirate King? The only fate for pirates is to be imprisoned and impel down or die. Akainu said coldly. This is of course Akainu in the Admiral period. If he became a marshal like in the original work, Akainu's thinking direction would be different. Are we going to face 3-4 emperors this time? It's so scary. Kizaru was still leisurely, saying he was scared, but he didn't take it to heart at all. As a user with the Shining Fruit ability, he will never lose no matter who he faces. Anyway, he doesn't know how to fight desperately. As long as the battle situation collapses, he can run away directly. No one can catch up with him, not even Thor. I never expected that I would have to face something like this just after becoming an admiral. What a bad luck, Green Bull said helplessly, scratching his head. Since you are all going, then let me, an old man, give my last fight for justice. It's a pity that Garp has retired, otherwise we wouldn't be so passive here. Sengoku, with his head full of white hair, said. Momosuke, you don't need to go with us. After all, it is possible. You are still young and you still have potential in the future. Crane Vice Admiral persuaded Momosuke. Teacher, I am also a member of Marine. It is my destiny to fight for justice. Regardless of whether the original work is true or not, I will assume that Suru is Momosuke's teacher. Finally, the Marine side was led by Marshal Aokiji, followed by 3 admirals, former Marshal Sengoku, Vice Admiral Suru, Admiral Substitute Momosuke, and a dozen Vice Admirals. A total of 50,000 elite Marines are waiting for the new world. A terrifying war that may be larger than the Summit War and involve the 3 emperors, Marines, world government and other forces is about to begin. Chapter 197 The War Between 2 Imperial Regiments 4. Selena Gomez posts powerful bikini then and now. More. 164. 41. 55. New World, the territory of the BIGMOM pirates, Cake Island. Mom, the Sky Shadow Pirates suddenly sent a large number of people to attack the island we just captured. They are very strong, and our people can hardly resist it. Perospero rushed to report with the newly obtained intelligence. Road. Didn't you say they all retreated? BIGMOM said angrily, and Conqueror's Haki quietly appeared. Mom, I don't know about this either. Perospero said tremblingly. Mom, the ones the Thunder God withdrew might have been some weaklings before, but the ones sent out to attack this time are their elites. Katakuri said. In that case, send people to support them now. We must win. I will never accept losing to that Thunder brat. BIGMOM said angrily. Mom, send everyone out. Perospero asked. Let Owen take Cavalet and Mondot to support. BIGMOM ordered more than 20 children to support the front line. Perospero knew that BIGMOM would be furious if he tried to persuade him again, so he stopped trying to persuade him. In this way, Charlotte Owen led more than 20 Charlotte family members to the front line for support. Suddenly, the pressure on the front line doubled. These Charlotte family members were as low as 4 or 5 stars, and the best ones were even as high as 7 stars. However, the Sky Shadow Pirates are not a vegetarian, and the two sides are fighting hard to separate. It seems our plan was successful. Now the number of troops left on Cake Island has been greatly reduced. Amber smiled. Haha, as an emperor, he still resorts to these methods. If you ask me, just rush in and use absolute strength to completely defeat the entire BIGMOM pirate group. Ryder sneered. He is the aloof red, and the pride in his heart will never allow him to use these methods. Why increase the difficulty of something that can be done easily? Amber said casually. Didn't you just work alone and be arrested by Marine? Quote. This sentence left Ryder completely speechless. Amber, when are we going to fight? I can't wait. Yamato, a battle madman, said excitedly. Well, it's time. Leave BIGMOM to me, and you can allocate the rest as you wish. Thunderboy, why do you have to be the strongest one every time? Ryder said unconvinced. Because I am the captain, Amber said rogue. HMPH. Leave that kid named Katakuri to me. Doesn't the information say that his cognition color has been cultivated to the point where he can predict the future in a short period of time? I want to see if his cognition color is more powerful, or mine. Very sexy. That guy named Cracker also uses a sword, right? Leave it to me to deal with him. Zoro next to him said. I want to deal with that woman with long legs. Yamato shouted, holding the mace high. Now that you have finished choosing, leave the last one to me. Nami said helplessly. As for the fighting power of the remaining BIGMOM children, they cannot influence the situation of the battle at all. The Thor in the sky slowly landed. Bang. It hit the sea and made a huge noise. What's the situation? What is that sound? The helmets made by BIGMOM on the island stuck out their heads to check. God's punishment. A dazzling bolt of thunder struck down from the sky. Those helmets were hit from the front and instantly fell to the ground, knocked back to their original shape. Intruder. There is an intruder. The sound instantly spread throughout the cake island. It's so delicious, mama, Big MOM was enjoying his delicious cake as usual. No, mother, cried Perospero, his voice full of anxiety. What's going on? BIGMOM asked with an ugly expression. She hates people interrupting her when she is enjoying delicious food. Mom, someone invaded Cake Island. What? Who is so bold? BIGMOM became furious instantly. Yes, Thunder God himself is here. Perospero Kaido. Well, I didn't expect that damn Thunder Brat to dare to come to your door to seek death on his own. Very good. Get me some help right away. I'm going to kill him with my own hands. Yes, soon Perospero gathered an army headed by the 4 desert generals, as well as the other children of BIGMOM and tens of thousands of homits, and stood in the square in the center of Cake Island. BIGMOM himself was sitting on the huge throne at the very back, staring ahead with a solemn expression. Zeus and Prometheus were floating on the left and right respectively, with Napoleon on his head. The huge fleets and armies that BIGHMOM has built through marriages and other means over the years have all been deployed on the front line to fight against the Sky Shadow pirates. The rest of the army is also concentrated here. Everyone looked ahead nervously, waiting for the appearance of the God of Thunder. Thor's record is really terrible. Did they really have any hope of winning this war? Since there was no army to stop them, Amber and others had an unimpeded journey and arrived at the center of Cake Island. Only 5 people. Seeing that there were only 5 people on Thor's side, the members of the BIGMOM pirate group were shocked. Little did they know that the BIGMOM pirates had completely lost this war from the very beginning. Amber equals 4 legendary combat powers, and Ryder has 1 legendary combat power. Even if no one else is added, the 2 of them alone can completely defeat the BIGMOM pirates. Thunderboy, we finally meet. BIGMOM, who was sitting on the throne, said coldly. Yes, you are the only one among the 4 emperors, and I have never fought against you. Amber Kaido. Only 5 people. Are you looking down on me? No, I have never underestimated any enemy. I just think that so many people are enough to deal with you. Amber said calmly. Thunderboy, you are looking for death. If you can do it, come on. Big MOM. BIGMOM took off the Napoleon from his head. Go to hell, Thunder Kid. BIGMOM clenched the Napoleon blade with both hands, raised it high, and aimed at Amber and others, accumulating power and becoming more and more powerful. Powerful country. The pink cylindrical sword energy burst out from Napoleon, intending to completely strangle Thor and others with one blow. Amber stretched out her hand faintly, and instantly formed a dazzling blue thunder dragon. Roar. The 100-meter-sized blue thunder dragon flew towards the pink sword energy. Boom. Chapter 198 The decisive battle between the 2 royal groups 5. Selena Gomez posts powerful bikini then and now. More. 149. 37. 50. The 2 attacks collided, causing a huge explosion in an instant, stirring up dust all over the sky. Everyone, please hold on. What a powerful energy. As expected of the 4 emperors, attack. The aftermath of the collision alone blew away the weak pirates and homits around them. This is the truth of this world. There is no seat for the weak on the stage of the strong. The dust gradually dispersed, and the figures of the 5 members of the Sky Shadow Pirates gradually appeared in front of everyone. BIGMOM, your attack is really weak. You are indeed the weakest among the 4 emperors. Amber said disdainfully. BIGMOM was defeated by 2 guys, Luo and Kid, in another time and space. They were obviously only at the level of Emperor's deputy, but they suddenly awakened the fruit inexplicably, and then actually defeated Bigmom. Bigmom was really a shame to the four emperors. As for the other clown, Buggy, he is a complete joke, not even a disgrace. What did you say? Thunder Kid, how dare you say that I am the weakest among the four emperors? Bigmom became furious instantly. Isn't it? Red hair, Kaido, Whitebeard, which one is better than you fat woman who can only give birth to children? Amber taunted her heartily. Thunderboy, I will cut you into pieces. No matter how much nonsense you say, it's useless, let's just start the war. After Amber finished speaking, the atmosphere instantly turned serious. Start the war. X2. Under the orders of the captains on both sides, the crews of both sides rushed towards each other quickly, and the battle officially began. Against generals, kings against kings, Amber naturally faced Bigmom without any surprise. Others also deliberately stayed away from the war between the two emperors. The aftermath of the battle just now left a deep shadow on them. If they get close to the battlefield of the four emperors, they will die. Amber and Bigmom stand 100 meters apart. Thunder Kid, I'll let you know the price of irritating me. After saying that, the extremely destructive conqueror's Haki on Bigmom was released violently, overwhelmingly pressing towards Amber. Amber was smiling, but her eyes were extremely cold. An equally majestic conqueror suddenly rose up to meet Bigmom's conquerors. Bigmom didn't show any surprise when he saw Amber's conquerors. Even her Fudoko Katakuri had conquerors. How could the Thor of the four emperors not have it? The two conquerors suddenly became entangled and violently collided with each other as if they were incompatible with each other. They made a sizzling sound. The huge wind pressure caused by the aftermath alone made many people have to retreat frequently. Only a few strong men such as Rider, Katakuri, and Zoro can withstand the aftermath of Conqueror's attack by these two emperors. Actually on par with Mom. The god of thunder is really as scary as the rumors say. It was the first time for Bigmom's children to see their mother trying her best but being resisted, and they were all shocked. Damn Thunder Kid. Prometheus. Yes, Mom. The flaming Prometheus and Big Mom's hair were combined, and Bigmom's hair exploded and floated instantly. The flames instantly covered his body, covering his arms and Napoleon's sword. Bigmom rushed up with the Napoleon sword. I want you to die. Napoleon's sword struck Amber straight. Amber, who was not afraid, did not dodge, quietly raised her right hand, and dazzling lightning condensed on her arm, and then blasted out. Clang. The fist hit the sword hard, making a deafening sound. Click, click. Red and black lightning exploded between the two of them in an instant, raging wildly around them. The strong wind pressure generated blew away all the approaching pirates. The cracks on the ground spread like spider webs, and then the entire ground became shattered. Look, that's. The sky is cracked. Tien. Damn it, you bastards, just fight if you want to fight. Why do you have to make me split open every day? I just lie there. I provoke whoever I provoke. Although Bigmom's strange power is terrifying, Amber is even more terrifying. Amber is constantly tempering her body with thunder and lightning. At this time, her physical strength has already exceeded the limit of the species. Even though Bigmom has the blood of the giants, it is still limited to living things. This is a life and death showdown between monsters. That's it. It's really disappointing. Amber instantly increased her strength. The fist instantly crushed the giant sword, sending Bigmom flying away. Bigmom hit his tall throne hard, and the throne instantly shattered. Bigmom slid with the fragments of the throne for several kilometers before stopping. Its huge body drew a long ravine on the ground. Mother. Bigmom's children were shocked when they saw Bigmom being knocked away by Thor in a head-on confrontation. After the war started, Katakuri took his own weapon, the trident, and wanted to step forward to help Bigmom, but Rider Hengjon, dressed in red, blocked his way. Who are you? Get out of my way. Katakuri frowned as he looked at Rider who was standing in front of him. Leadfield. Your opponent is me, Rider said with a faint smile. You are the man known as the aloof Red, who alone is as famous as the pirate king Roger and Whitebeard. Upon hearing Rider's introduction, Katakuri's expression instantly became solemn. Yes, it's me. I heard that your knowledge of knowledge has reached an unprecedented level, and you can even predict the short-term future. It just so happens that I also have some attainments in knowledge and color, and I want to compete with you. Then come on. Katakuri, knowing that he couldn't escape at all, rushed forward with his trident. Rider gracefully drew his sword to block. Clang. Roronoa Zoro, I feel very honored to have you as my opponent. Cracker laughed. Cracker was very afraid of pain, so he hid his entire body in the tall cookie soldier. Aren't you a swordsman? What kind of swordsman are you hiding in there? Zoro frowned. With Zoro's knowledge, he had naturally sensed the location of Cracker's true form. As long as victory is achieved, it doesn't matter what means are used. Cracker Kaido. If that's the case, then I don't need to be merciful. Zoro took off the scarf from his arm and tied it on his head, then slowly pulled out 3 famous swords. 3 swordsman style. Ghost Slayer. 3 knives struck Cracker at incredible angles. Chapter 199 The decisive battle between the two royal groups 6. The 7 most famous plus-size models in the world. More. 556. 139. 185. My opponent is actually a woman. It's really disappointing. The long-legged smoothie covered his face and said reluctantly. That ant over there, what are you talking to yourself about? Why don't you fight me? Yamato put the mace on his shoulder and said dissatisfiedly. Auntie, are you calling me? Who else but you? You stinky girl are really looking for death. Smoothie drew his sword and rushed towards Yamato, thrusting out the sword suddenly. Hey, that's right, Yamato laughed. Then he picked up the mace and smashed it. Bang, boom, ... Madam, are you the only one left? Skinner said. That's right, I'm the unlucky one and got the weakest one. Nami said helplessly. Madam, first of all, let me state one thing. I am not weak. Second, I don't like hitting women, so, madam, can you surrender? Signa said seriously. Sanji, finally someone follows the path of chivalry like me. I won't bother you to worry anymore, let's start the fight. Nami said impatiently. I don't know why I feel that this guy looks very similar to some idiot. In this case, I have no choice but to take action. Sometimes life is really full of helplessness. Signa shook his head and sighed. Then he quickly rushed towards Nami, his fists were already covered with armor and he attacked towards Nami. Puff! A thick layer of cloud suddenly appeared in front of Nami. Skinner's fist felt like it was hitting cotton. What is this? Skinner asked in surprise. Desert sword. Nami wouldn't give him an explanation, as a sand blade struck Skinner at an incredible angle. Skinner quickly jumped up to avoid the sand blade. Sand. Cloud. Why can you use two different abilities? ... The periphery of the battlefield. Brother Perospero, don't we need to go to support you? How can we support this kind of battle with our strength? Owen and the others, who have strong support, have been sent to the front line again. We should just watch here honestly and don't go in and cause trouble to Mom and the others. Perospero Kaido. I hope Mom and the others can win. ... Bigmom, who slid all over the place, did not suffer much damage at all, but his clothes were a little torn, and he stood up quickly. How strong is Bigmom? When the human trafficker nun who adopted her was negotiating terms with the world government, she commented to the 5-year-old Bigmom, if she becomes a Marine, she will become an Admiral, a Marshal in the future. If she is sent to the CP department, she will become a Celestial Dragons. The strongest shield. At that time, she had not yet obtained the nun's soul fruit, and only relied on the power of her body. Then, just as the nun expected, Bigmom grew into an out-and-out monster. Step by step, he sat on the throne of the 4 emperors and became one of the strongest people in the sea. If Bigmom is really brought back for training by the world government, and coupled with Vegapunk's terrifying technology, what will the world's current situation be like? Will there be countless copies of Bigmom? Push them all. Bigmom's body is called a steel balloon. Among the 4 emperors, Bigmom is the strongest in terms of defense alone. Regardless of Kaido's recovery power, Bigmom's defense alone cannot compare to Bigmom. Ordinary attacks cannot harm Bigmom at all. If you want to cause harm to her, in addition to the powerful strength of crushing, you can only break through from the inside. Therefore, after Luo's op fruit ability is awakened, he can hurt Bigmom. Amber chose the first option, preparing to break through Bigmom's defense with absolute crushing strength. Thunder Kid. Bigmom stood up and roared like crazy, staring with red eyes like evil spirits. Zeus. Then he grabbed Zeus who was following him. Thunder. A giant thunder pillar was pulled out from Zeus's body and thrown towards Amber. Forehead. It's thunder and lightning again, why does everyone know 2 moves? It's so thunderous and burning that even dogs won't eat it. Amber secretly complained. He slowly stretched out his hand and blocked it in front of Lei Zhu. Lei Zhu seemed to have returned home, integrating into Amber's body through Amber's arms. Bigmom. Are you crazy for playing thunder and lightning in front of me? Amber sneered. I'm going to kill you. Bigmom seemed to be going crazy at this time. He ignored Amber's taunts and kept shouting that he wanted to kill Amber. I saw Bigmom holding Zeus in one hand and Prometheus in the other. Endless ferocious flames and violent thunder and lightning were coming from the sky, exuding an aura of destruction, which was shocking. Billion-volt Thor. Amber instantly entered the amplified state of Thor mode, her hair and eyebrows turned silver, and tiny thunder snakes surrounded her. Putting his hands together, he aimed at the thunder and flames falling from the sky. Waves penetrate the sky and the earth. A dazzling blue rotating thunder column was instantly released from the palm of his hand. Bang. Boom. I saw the rotating thunder pillar breaking through the thunder and flames in an instant, blasting a big hole in the clouds. Bigmom seized the opportunity and charged forward again holding the Napoleon sword. Emperor's sword destruction. I'm going to split you in half. The flames of Prometheus and the thunder of Zeus were attached to the Napoleon sword, and the Napoleon sword, which combined the power of the 2 Hormats, slashed at Amber. Amber reached out and grabbed the Napoleon sword without fear. Bang. Boom. Zzzz. Zzz. There was a huge explosion in an instant, and red and black lightning flashed between the 2 people. The Napoleon sword was firmly grasped in Amber's hand, and no matter how hard Bigmom tried, it could not be withdrawn. Damn it. Damn kid. Bigmom, who had no choice but to do anything, could only rage. Amber's free left hand had already condensed thunder and lightning, and then covered it with the emission weapon color Unconquerors, and blasted it towards Bigmom. The speed of the punch instantly broke the sound barrier. Bang! A direct hit on Bigmom's abdomen. Wow! Bigmom spit out a mouthful of blood and flew backwards. A hole tens of meters deep was made on the ground. When they saw Bigmom vomiting blood and flying backwards with a sonic boom that resounded throughout the world, Perospero and others could hardly believe their eyes. That monster-like, invincible mother. Actually injured. This was the second time they were beaten from the front. The first time, their mother was not injured and they could comfort themselves. Even the god of thunder could not break through her defense and hurt her. But the second time even blood spurted out. This time they were completely panicked, and panic began to spread around them. Can they really defeat Thor? Chapter 200 The decisive battle between the two royal groups 7. The 7 most famous plus-size models in the world. More. 463. 116. 154. Damn Lei Xiaogui, how can you be so strong? Bigmom said in disbelief, spitting out blood. It had been too many years since anyone had let her get hurt. This punch not only broke her defense known as the steel balloon, but also dented her cystic belly. Emission Haki also attacked deeply into her internal organs, which was the reason why she vomited blood. Even if Bigmom is really a monster, it still cannot break through the category of living things. If important organs are damaged, such as the heart, brain, etc., it will still die. Unless she, like Amber, is no longer a human being. The only time she was injured was at a tea party. Someone accidentally knocked over the photo of the nun. Bigmom fell into an instinctive rampage and almost killed everyone present with strange noises. When Bigmom goes berserk, she will completely lose the defensive power of the steel balloon. Just by simply kneeling down, her knees will be injured and bleed. She is so fragile that she is ready to move, just waiting for someone to come forward and harvest her life. Of course, the premise is that you can guard against Bigmom's strange noise. It's not that I'm too strong, but that you're too weak. Amber said disdainfully. Even Amber doesn't know how strong he is now. The system shows that he is 9.5 stars, but when he is serious, he can instantly kill Whitebeard, Golden Lion and others who are also 9.5 stars. I don't believe it. I don't believe it. I am the strongest. Bigmom instantly fell into a state of madness, holding the Napoleon sword tightly and rushing forward again. But Amber knocked him away again without hesitation. In this way, Amber knocked away the rushing Bigmom again and again, completely ignoring her body's defense. The members of the Bigmom pirates who saw this scene fell into despair. Oh my god, the strength is actually so different. We're doomed. We shouldn't have provoked the god of thunder in the first place. Will Thor let us go if we surrender? ... Clang. Ryder used his sword to deflect Katakori's trident. It seems that the strength of your emperor and our captain are not at the same level at all. Ryder laughed. So what? My mission is just to defeat you, Katakori said calmly to Kaido. He had expected this result. He also watched the live broadcast of Summit War. When Thor resisted the 4 legendary forces alone, Katakori knew that there were no more 4 emperors. In this sea, there was only the only king, the king of pirates, and maybe even the king of the world. Then I'm afraid you won't be able to complete this task, Ryder said with a smile. Katakori didn't reply and grabbed the ground with his left hand. Flowing glutinous rice balls. The ground instantly turned into a white glutinous ball, and the glutinous rice squirmed upward under the control of Katakori, instantly setting off a large wave of glutinous dough, rushing towards Ryder, as if it was going to swallow Ryder completely. Awakening. I didn't expect you to reach this level. It's really unexpected, Ryder said, and the movement of his hand was not slow. He retracted the sword, and then swung it out fiercely, instantly slashing out a 100-meter-long red sword energy. The sword energy instantly cut the incoming glutinous rice ball in half. Ryder also followed the sword energy, quickly moved in front of Katakori, and swung his sword. It's useless. I saw. How is that possible? PFF'd. As Katakori exclaimed, Ryder's sword left a long wound on his chest, and blood poured out instantly. Katakori didn't care about the injury on his chest, but looked at Ryder with a serious face. Why? I clearly saw the trajectory of your attack. Do you think you are the only one who has mastered the art of seeing and hearing to the point where you can predict the future? What you are playing now are all leftovers from my previous games. Not only can I foresee the future to a certain extent like you, but I can also see it better than you. Further, coupled with the advantage of speed, you are no match for me. Ryder said. How could such a thing happen? Is this the legendary figure from the past? Katakori said seriously. Boy, now that your Bigmom pirate group is destined to be destroyed, do you want to join us? You possess conquerors, and you have also developed devil fruit to the level of awakening, and even practiced sight, hearing and color to ultimate. Your talent is really a monster. If it weren't for Bigmom's pressure, it would definitely be possible for you to reach the level of 4 emperors. Shut up. How could I betray my mother? Not always. Call out. Zoro slashed out 2 sharp sword energy, smashing all the cookie soldiers in front of him. It's really not over. He. I can make as many soldiers as I want, but what about your physical strength? Cracker said proudly. Then with a wave of his hand, hundreds of cookie soldiers appeared again. No, that's not right. My strategy was wrong. Why should I fight with these cookies? I should have found his true form and hit him with one blow. Zoro didn't pay attention to Cracker's words and thought calmly. Damn it, where are you? Clang. The mace and the sword collided together, and then the two separated. Auntie, you are very strong. Yamato smiled. You be *************, don't call me auntie. Smoothie yelled. Then he swung his sword fiercely, and a pink sword energy shot out from the top of the sword and attacked Yamato. Mingdi. Yamato slammed the ground, and a purple energy wave instantly met the pink sword energy. Bang. Boom. There was a huge explosion in an instant, and the surrounding area was instantly enveloped in smoke. Come again. Yamato jumped out of the smoke and rushed towards Smoothie. Skinner kept swinging his fists at Nami. Nami, however, dodged the attack as lightly as an elf in the wind. Nami suddenly slipped and lost her balance. Good opportunity. Madam, don't blame me, I have advised you before. Skinner's jet black fist, covered in weaponry, struck Nami fiercely, hitting her instantly. Puff. Single quote. The hit Nami suddenly turned into a cloud, and then wrapped around Skinner, restricting his movement. Cloud clone. Nami's figure suddenly appeared behind Skinner. When? That's true from the beginning. Nami smiled. Did you know? Such fruits can be produced no matter what the weather is. All it takes is the relevant theory. Just like this, heavy rain. Nami waved his hand and instantly created a large cloud layer floating in the sky, followed by heavy rain. Haha, it's just rain, who are you looking down on? Skinner sneered, broke away from the clouds wrapped around him, and prepared to attack Nami. Hey, don't you know water conducts electricity? Your mother never taught you not to play outside on rainy days. Nami laughed. What? Skinner exclaimed. Thunder. Crack. The dark clouds in the sky instantly dropped a bolt of thunder and lightning as thick as a water tank, hitting Signa head on. Ah, Skinner was shocked on the outside and tender on the inside. He howled in pain and then fell to the ground unconscious. One of the 4 desert generals Skinner was defeated.